All of the devils in me, I still feel the darkness that lives in me. If you choose, I'll take your soul in your sleep.
Okay, this is probably the only time you'll ever hear me say this on the stream, but Aussie, Aussie, Aussie!
Oi, oi, oi!
It's Mr. Young.
And it's Foreign in the building. How are you, bro?
I'm doing good. Are you an official Aussie now, Foreign, after you spent the weekend in Perth, Australia at Elimination Chamber? Man, I can't wait. Actually, funnily enough, I feel like we both had a very unique experience for Elimination Chamber, and we're going to talk about it on the podcast today.
Yeah, man. Okay, wait. First things first. Let me just shift this over. Right there. Yo!
Look at that shirt. Look at the Elimination Chamber shirt.
I was here, man. There you go. Elimination Chamber official t-shirt. Event
Are they all this bright yellow?
I mean, they have different colors and events. I mean, this is the only thing that was my size left, bro.
So you didn't have a choice, really?
Can I just be honest? I don't think I look good in yellow.
Right.
But I wanted to buy it just for, to say that, I was there. It's a historic moment. Yeah.
Wasn't there like a delivery service a few years ago? Some bee. Do you remember?
What? Oh, like a delivery service that had a yellow kind of aesthetic?
Yeah. It kind of reminds me of that. I forget what it's called already.
Oh, I mean, the only thing I know that went out of business was Flash Coffee lah.
What? No, I'm talking about a delivery business.
Yeah, I'm not too sure. But the cool thing is, like, I think I went a bit overboard with the shopping, bro. I mean, if anyone was there, you all saw the WWE Superstore.
Yeah.
Man, they had too much swag, and like I might have bought a couple of things which I can't show on today's podcast. Once I'm back home, I will show it to you. Like, I'll display it at my usual place again.
Okay. So the question is, right, like you saw, like we saw clips of the Superstore from your Insta videos and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. Was it always crowded, or is it like, you can go anytime, you can go... Honest B, thank you very much. Yes, it looks like Honest B shirt. There you go.
Hey, thanks, bro. Honest B. Completely forgot about that brand. Yeah. The thing is, I came there, I landed on Thursday night, so I only went there on Friday. So that was like the day of the press conference, the day before Elimination Chamber. The store only opened at like 9 a.m. And I was there early. I went and get like coffee in the morning, 7 I just strolled past the area, and there was really a queue. Like if you saw on our Instagram, I posted like a huge time lapse of the thing. It was literally circling around the block.
So the question is, how long did it take you to go in, look around, get your shopping done? Like in total?
Okay, waiting there, I think was a good maybe 45 minutes to almost an hour.
Mm-hmm.
Just to enter, just to queue up for my spot, right?
I mean, it's quite a standard thing, right? Big event, the crowd that's there like that. I'm not surprised. At least it wasn't like 2-3 hours to get in.
Yeah, it's not. But we're not used to it. We are Singaporeans. We're like, everything must be fast.
Excuse me? You are not a true blue Singaporean if you haven't waited 20 minutes for bak chor mee or 35 minutes for a new Korean bakery. Okay?
Oh my god.
Or we Singaporeans love that shit.
Or an hour for like a new iPhone release. Day of release, right?
New iPhone, an hour? What are you talking about? People wait the night before, bro. 1 hour.
Bro.
Clearly, you've never lined up for a phone.
Clearly, I have not succumbed to capitalism except for WWE, bro.
Yeah.
Except for WWE, I'm willing to do that. Yeah, so there was a lot of things that they were showing, but something very smart that WWE does, right, bro? They localize their merch.
Oh yeah,
they
for sure.
They make their merch. They use the city and then they input it into the copy of the shirt. So it's really, really well done.
Yeah. I mean, it doesn't cost them that much to print these shirts, these localized shirts. And it makes it a must buy because they are never in Perth. They are in Perth so rarely, right? It's like, okay, elimination. I bought I remember this. I bought a UFC. I can't remember which fight night it was when I was in the US, right? Because I wanted a memory, right?
A memento from the
event, right? Yeah. The shirt, the quality like shit, bro. Is those old fashioned, the type of shirts, the black shirts that are super uncomfortable to wear, and then they just print over it, right?
Yeah.
And it's like, $50 US. I'm like, Screw it lah. It's about the moment. They catch you in the moment.
Clearly, it was a rush job. They're just trying to capitalize, make some ka-ching off of it, bro. It's normal lah.
What's the quality like on the shirt you're wearing right now? That's what I want to know.
To be honest, it's pretty decent. To be honest, it's like it's not cotton. It's like I forgot I'm not sure what kind of material is this.
As long as it's not like like I'm talking about the old-fashioned WWE shirts that are like rough and really like uncomfortable to wear. Yeah.
They have level up. I mean, they have some pretty cool shit. They had like a Perth 316.
Oh, cool.
You know, they were like mummies on top, but she's also down under. I mean, like very smart wordplay, bro.
Bro, I'm sure they have a whole merchandising department to do this stuff. Let's very quickly give a shout out to everyone in chat, by the way. Thank you so much for joining us on a different day, because usually we do the podcast on Tuesdays, right? But it's a Monday, so I'm sure everyone's like, whoa, what's going on? A bit blur, right? But, work issues, we have to do the podcast today. Div Royalty, hello, good to see you. We'll hear from Div Royalty in a bit as well.
Yes, what's up, Div? It's like, I mean, she's back as well, I believe.
Yes, from Perth as well. You met her there. Jason, hello to you. McJohn Mouse, good to see you. I got no role model.
I
Welcome.
love you, bro.
And yes, we are absolutely live on a Monday.
Yeah, I wanted to give a sweetener as well, because like, even though I did buy merch for myself, I also bought merch for our patrons, or our potential patrons, So this is not the only pair of Elimination Chamber I was here in Perth shirt I bought. I got another one. Unfortunately, it's in L size. It's a spare one.
Okay.
So I'm just gonna just right off the bat, man. The next person who joins our Patreon, I'm gonna mail you this shirt.
Oh,
exact
for real?
Shirt. Let's go for it. Yeah.
Hang on. You're gonna mail the one off the back of your back or a new one?
Bro, new one lah. But if you want off my back also, I don't mind. I can. I mean, if you're into that shit, sure, I'll give it away. I have more shirts where it came from.
Can you imagine, the next person to join our Patreon, they win the shirt, and then they send you a message, Foreign, can you go jogging in this shirt first, then send me? Bro!
I hear John Cena open at OnlyFans. You guys can have that. Foreign is not going to do any OnlyFans, please.
So, wait, is that legit? Is that a joke, or did John Cena really open in OnlyFans?
No, he legit opened at OnlyFans, but it's in character to promote his new movie where he's like some weird guy. Yeah.
Oh, some OnlyFans creator. Okay, it makes sense.
It's a marketing. It's a marketing.
I see. Muhammad Daniel, good to see you as well. How are you doing, buddy? So,
what up, bro?
Today on the agenda, macam like meeting like that, we are going to talk about Elimination Chamber. We're going to talk about and give a preview as best we can of AEW Revolution, which
we will try.
Bro, it's next week already.
It's this weekend, right? I believe.
Yeah, and honestly, I got no buzz. It doesn't feel like it's happening. It's Sting's retirement match, and I feel nothing about it. And that is sad. That's sad.
Incredible, bro.
But we'll get to that in a bit. And also, we want to address something that I feel like, we... It's okay. It's both a good thing, but also like I see the negativity. There's so much of it coming out. But I also see the positivity. It's going to be a whole conversation.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, definitely we'll talk about as well big historic news that came just this past weekend. Dante Chen making his WWE SmackDown debut and the reactions.
Yes, that was what I was referring to. Both good and bad. We'll touch on it a little bit later on in the show. But do you want to start with your experience? Actually, before we do that, you are man on the streets, foreign man on the streets in Perth, doing a little video content. Okay, so this is sort of like a edited down version. The full content we will release on our social media pages. So if you haven't already, check out our TikTok, check out our Instagram for the full chats and interviews. But you did like hook up, well, not in that way, meet up. Choice of words, huh? You did meet up with a lot of Singaporeans in Perth, huh?
Yes, I did. I mean, I wasn't alone, guys. Singapore was well represented down under during Elimination Chamber, and I met a couple of fans. So
check it out.
We got some Singapore fans live and off the stadium, guys. All right, we just finished Elimination Chamber and we're going to get some thoughts from our Singaporean fans. First of all, we got Kelvin from Grapplemax, the intern from Showtime. Tell me, how are you feeling? Immediate emotions right now.
Wow, it was an amazing event, seeing all of the stars you watch on TV in real life. And, being learning wrestling myself recently, it lends a very different perspective and more importantly, a new appreciation for, what the wrestlers do out there in the ring.
Tell me how you're feeling right now. Are you sad that this fella didn't appear? Are you feeling okay?
There were like some rumors he's going to come, The Rock.
Yeah.
Or it could be like Stone Cold. But I knew AJ Styles was here.
Oh.
It's like just wondering when will he interrupt the matches?
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
And the fireworks were awesome, man.
How does it feel to see Damien Priest up close and personal? Your favorite
Dave-
guy?
Oh, so good! I'm very, very happy. I've got plenty of shots of Damien Priest and his
Nice to see
back
Dave on the
area.
podcast.
Pantat.
Yeah, and his pantat. Pantat is very, very nice. And he was like, he was posing it right. The shots was at the right angle for all the great pictures, just saying.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Okay, so
if you want to know more about the pictures, please join the Kick to the Gut Discord channel and contribute to their Patreon.
Everyone here in Perth in the Optus Stadium, we were hoping that something's magical gonna happen, like they were hinted, but we can do anything. At least the main event was good because Mommy won. Mommy's always on top.
Okay, there you go. Just snippets of some of the interviews that Foreign did while he was live there in Perth at the Optus Stadium at WWE Elimination Chamber. So, okay, how did you did you notice them there, or did they message you saying they were there? How did you hook up with them?
The word hookup, I'm very scared to say the word because my girlfriend is
Connect.
right
How
there.
did you connect with them?
How did I run into these people? Okay. Before that, I see on our chat, people are asking, is this live? Guys, McJohn
Yes.
Mouse, this is live. I'm back in Singapore and we are reacting directly right after, Elimination Chamber. So please talk to us, chat with us on the chat, okay? So getting that out of the way, how I connected with them is, we were posting stuff on Instagram, Insta stories. A bunch of us people just DM me, man. It's like, hey, I'm also in Perth. Or like, hey, I'm actually at the Superstore. Or,
Nice.
hey, I'm, this is weird because I don't want to say this because it comes across as like shock sendiri, but a few people recognize me, bro.
Okay, from the podcast?
Yeah.
Ah.
So I was at the Superstore, got this one guy walk up to me and was like, hey, bro, you foreign, right? From Kick to the Gut. And I'm like, yeah, man, who are you?
What? Hey, you mean thanks for listening to the podcast?
Yeah.
Who are you, bro?
No, I did stop and chat and got to know this guy. I think there was this one guy, he and his friend, they just went on a bro trip, and they are
Right.
fans of local wrestling. They follow SPW Grapplemax. So they listen to the podcast, but I didn't even know they were on our Instagram, and I actually followed them back.
Yeah.
So
I mean,
shout out to those guys.
A shout out to all our silent listeners who don't necessarily jump on the chat or maybe not watching the live streams, but they do listen on Spotify as well. We appreciate you. I know one of them mentioned that they actually listen to the podcast, but they don't really chat or anything like that. But that's fine. And we appreciate each and every one of you.
Yeah, I mean, shout out to all of you guys. And I think once, we were there and there was a lot of things happening. Somebody, I think on Instagram kind of message, hey, somebody has a Singapore flag.
Yeah.
Or somebody messaged me and say, hey, foreign, is that you? Do you bring a Singapore flag? I'm like, no.
So it was Kelvin, is it?
No, it was actually Nas, the
Oh.
guy that we interviewed as well. So he brings the flag, I think, for a lot of events.
Right.
Probably WWE Live also, he brought it. And he mentioned he met Dolph Ziggler. There are some, we are not the only Singapore wrestling fan. There are other wrestling fans
for sure.
who have great big fandom, who really put their money where their mouth is and support WWE and wrestling, with their own, in their own way lah. So it was so cool to kind of exchange stories, ask them about how they got here, how are they following the product even until now. Very interesting conversations that I had. Yeah.
Okay, so talking about Singapore fans, so do you want to talk about Dante Chen now? Because, I mean, we're sort of on that train of thought. I just want to jump off what you just talked about. We're talking about people who have supported the product, diehard fans like you and I, right?
Yeah.
And obviously to see somebody like Traxxas, Dante Chen, make it to NXT and then obviously be on SmackDown, that was a huge moment for all of us hearing, commentator, I believe it was Corey Graves who said, the first Singaporean to be on SmackDown. That was a huge moment for us, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was incredible. I mean, of course, you guys know, right? We've been watching and supporting him from SPW all the way. I think probably the first time I saw him was 2014.
Yeah.
And we've seen him grinding, right? We've seen him being part of Onslaught.
Yeah.
We've seen him, come up together with Andrew, become a rival. So much journey just here in the local scene. And I feel like for a lot of wrestlers, they went through the same path, right? They made it big in their home country, and then they go on to WWE. So when I saw, or I heard the whispers SmackDown is pre-taped, Bron Breakker is making a debut, or who's his opponent? Holy shit, Dante Chen. The first thing that came to my mind was that, wow, WWE trusts Dante Chen so much that they're willing to have him be the first match of Bron Breakker, which all of us can, agree is going to be their next big star, right?
Oh yeah, absolutely. And here's the thing, right? I think that's, I guess the problem is the average fan doesn't see this as, oh, the company trusts this guy to go out there and make Bron Breakker look good. The average fan thinks, oh, this fella just went out there and got his ass beat, right?
Yeah,
You know what I mean? But they don't understand that, no, you want to put somebody out there who can sell, who can make it look good, because like it's Bron Breakker's debut. They want to make him as impressive as possible. And I think Dante Chen did a fantastic job of putting Bron Breakker over.
Yeah, and he also looked great in defeat, right? I mean, he threw that awesome drop kick. He did that springboard and transition into like a power slam from Bron Breakker. I mean, that was smooth. That was great. And you could see, they are communicating in the ring as well. So they are really in step with each other.
And I think that's the other thing that a lot of people don't understand. If you go back and look at, actually, there are a lot of Instagram accounts that have content like this, right? Yep. They show wrestlers when they first start out, maybe on Raw, they are quote unquote jobbing to a guy, a star. So you've seen people like the Hardys who are out there fresh and like quote unquote nobodies. Yep. So like this is the first step. We've seen Charlotte and Alexa Bliss come out as Kelefe for Triple H at WrestleMania, right? Like these are moments that are part of a wrestler's growth and career and life. So seeing Dante Chen there, I mean, it's like, wow, who knows, 5 years time, 10 years time, he might be at WrestleMania, and we can look back at this moment and say, yeah, he quote unquote put Braun over, but this was the start of a journey.
Yeah, you gotta understand this is a long. It's gonna be like a 10-year, 20-year. I mean, hopefully, if he's in WWE that long, that will be like a great story, right? It's not just WWE debut and NXT debut, bro. If you are in WWE, right, there's also the pre-debut. You know what they call it?
What?
It's the security guard cameo, bro.
Yes,
even
he was
MJF
that too.
Also, right?
Yeah.
Even MJF went through the security guard cameo. Everyone has gone through some sort of role as a cameo before they make their big splash. I'm pretty sure 10 years down the road, when Bron Breakker is like the world champion and they talk about his history, they're going to play this debut match and it's going to be Dante Chen in the package.
But okay, are we preaching to the converted? Anyone who's listening to this podcast is already a fan and kind of knows the business, right? So we're just kind of agreeing with everybody in chat right now as far as I'm concerned. How do we get it out there to the public, to people, that this is sort of the first step in something bigger? And okay, the bigger problem I do see is the fact that I think there's a lot of keyboard warriors. I mean, let's get down to it, right? There's two things. First of all, oh, it's fake. Second of all, oh, look, it's Kurt Tay. And we've talked at length about that individual, the man whose name shall not be mentioned on the show, and why he triggers me so, because he gives us wrestling fans a very bad name. And don't get me wrong, I think every sport has sort of its like bad examples, like, it would be akin to, I don't know, oh, you like football, football hooligan or something like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, I get it completely. And I mean, I'm sorry to say that the average Singaporean's understanding of wrestling, or to an extent, is, WWE, Kurt Tay, Singapore got Kurt Tay.
Yeah. No, you know what it is? It's the lowest hanging fruit. And there are a lot of these keyboard warriors who haven't hit the gym a day in their lives, that they just want the adrenaline of getting people to laugh at their comment. Oh, look, 5 people like my comment. 5 people my comment. Oh my God, yay! That's that rush of that they get.
God.
That's what social media does, right? Most people, either they stay quiet, they just don't comment, or they say, hey, congrats, Dante Chen, let's go, Singapore, represent, right? But it's these people who just don't have any validation in their lives, who just get a rush out of a few people because they think they're smart asses. They think they're being very smart. Oh, look, I'm so... Actually, like 20 other people thought of the same thing. And you can see in the comment section, everyone makes some reference to Kurt Tay. Look, I don't think that we should say, oh, Kurt Tay should not be a fan of WWE. You can be a fan of whatever. It's just that we need to separate his association, his fandom, from what he does. Because he does very sus things. Like, he's not a mentally well individual.
Yeah. I mean, can you imagine you work your entire life, in your sport, right? I'm talking about the local wrestlers, right? Whether you're in SPW, Grapplemax, Ring of Rebirth, and this is your passion. This is something you that it kind of defines who you are to a certain extent, right? And then someone comes up to you and it's like, wow, you like ketis, yeah. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
That's
bro,
like
after all the
F,
effort I put in, like, what the hell, right?
Look, and we've talked about this guy before, how we wanted to bring him on the show. All he wanted was money. He is just doing what he does for attention and money. He's never going to train. He's never going to put in the effort, the hard work that these men and women who do train put in. Heck, I don't even, right? And like, obviously you have before, you know how much time and effort it takes.
Yeah,
So
definitely.
It's easy. Look, it's easy to talk. It's easy to type, keyboard warriors. But to actually live the dream, it's a totally different experience, and I respect it. And that's why, like, big ups to Dante Chen for flying the flag high.
Yeah, and you know, putting yourself out there, it's opening yourself up to a lot of criticism, a lot of comments, a lot of unnecessary attention. You know, even when, you know, we are reviewing shows, right? You know, recently we're talking about SW20, our Singapore Wrestler Top 20, and you know, we critique the matches, and you know, we give feedback, but everybody knows that this is coming from a very you know, like a serious place of love, right? Because we want the scene to do better. We are offering some opinions on how we can improve. By no means we are saying that our comments is gospel, right?
No,
you must follow exactly what we say. You can disagree. You can say, hey, you know, we don't know what we're doing. You know, flippy shit rules. You know, just let us be us, whatever it is, right?
Yeah.
But what I'm saying is, at least when we comment, we know, we always preface it by saying we understand how tough it is to be in the ring, and we want to see how people can do better. We don't do throwaway things like, yeah lah, he sucks lah, oh yeah lah, he boring lah. You know, like, you know, we don't stop there.
Bro, I'm pretty sure this fella has been invited, the man who shall not be named. I wouldn't even call him a man, but the individual who shall not be named has been invited to train before, and he couldn't take it.
Yeah, pretty sure.
You know, that says all there is to say. Unfortunately, just to put a bow on it, because I'm kind of sick of talking about him. We talked about him last week with Sean as well. Sean, who was at Perth. So, I mean, he shared the same sentiment. If you go back last week, right? Like, it's very triggering because he is like the black sheep, and he keeps getting brought up as an example when we show our fandom. You know?
I see. Wait, but one thing I wanted to say as well, right? I'm guilty of this because, you know, I will never unnecessarily comment on any post.
Yeah.
If you know, unless really needed. But this weekend, I felt it was really needed. I am guilty to admit, Mr. I got into a few online scuffles on the comment section, bro.
I saw. I was
you saw, right?
Bro, I was like, wow, okay. Like, but here's the thing. It's like they always say don't feed the trolls. At the end of the day, that's what they want. They want attention. The more likes, the more comments they receive on it, they
okay.
You know? But I get it. I get that you finally hit that boiling point of like, shut the F up, you dumb troll.
Okay, defending them aside, you know, I responded to a couple, but there was this one guy I responded. I was like, bro, don't give him attention. And then I like curious, you know how trolls work, right? You want to check whether they are legit account, whether they got face. So I go click on this guy.
Oh my god.
This guy, I don't want to say anything about him, like accusing him or anything, but he looks like a family man. He in his profile pic got a photo of a wife, got a kid. So I'm like, okay, so this guy just nothing better to do lah. And then he commented on my post, and then he said, ha ha ha, you know the smiley emoji with the sweat down.
Sure.
So he also paiseh lah. He paiseh because he cannot call out for it.
So here's the thing. There are a lot of people who don't know how to react or act in a social setting. You know, not to say that we are such, you know, great sociable people. No, we all have awkward moments. But I think with the barrier of, you know, it's through text, right? Sometimes emotions don't convey through text. And it's, like I always say, it's the lowest hanging fruit. Oh, that one, fake what? Oh, that wrestler, cut tail. Like, it's like they don't know what else to bring to the table, so they say the thing that is on the top of mind. And unfortunately, this jackass is the top of the mind because that's all they know about wrestling because they don't consume the product like we do.
Awesome. I mean, you know what? At the end of the day, put a bow on it. Like, you know, they are just trolling, right? But they help to drive up the metrics, the engagement, and you know what? People are commenting. Fuck it, let them talk. I mean, as a football fan, right? You know, Liverpool just won, right? The EFL Cup. Like literally, I came back and I saw, oh wow, Liverpool won. You know what's the first thing people saw?
What?
This is from the Chelsea side lah, because
Ah.
Chelsea spent like billions of dollars, but they lost to Liverpool's like C team because a lot of people was injured. Salah was injured and all that. And then like honestly, I was ashamed to see some of the comments from the Liverpool fans.
Okay.
I was really ashamed because they basically trolling the Chelsea fans saying like bottle jobs. They are like $1 billion bottle jobs.
Right.
So like they're shit. Okay, so I mean there's banter and then there's like, okay, so now you want to rub it in people's faces that you won an EFL Cup. Like, come on guys. We've won this cup multiple times. We haven't won the EPL. We haven't won the Champions League. Don't talk so much yet.
Yeah.
Wait for that,
Be
So
graceful winners lah.
Yeah, be graceful winners. And those people who are like, sore losers or want to shit or like want to cause drama, like let them be. But I think this should be motivation for people like, Dante Chen to become an even bigger deal, because I saw Mommy, Rhea Ripley, she literally left, became the biggest star in the women's division, and then now she come back. Heroes work. I tell you, when Dante Chen challenges for the title or wins becomes treated like a champion, become a star in America, he come back. I think everyone will angkat his bola. Confirm for
So
sure.
isn't this like a very Singaporean thing?
Yes.
Working in the media industry, and you're a local musician as well, right? It's like you gotta go overseas to make it big first, and then come back before people respect you. Like we've seen local musicians like. Basically, for many, many years, they grind super hard and they have to do it overseas. If not, you'll never get recognized.
Yeah, like a JJ Lin, right? JJ Lin is a perfect example. Stephanie Sun. To me, even to a certain extent, Taufik Batista, the reason why, like people like him now is because actually he had a big hit in Malaysia as well. So like, you got to make it elsewhere before Singaporeans kind of accept you. But I think that speaks to a lot of the entitled culture in Singapore, where they only want to support winners, right? They can't support people who are not winning. If like, for example, the national team sucks, and then you're like, Singapore cannot make it lah, all got no. But where is the support? Where is the support?
Bro, the support will come where somehow when one day they suddenly win some cup somewhere, some international competition, then say, hey, Singaporean, fly the flag, I'm so proud.
Yeah. But they're not in the trenches, right? They're not in the trenches supporting these people who are like, oh man, when they had their first match, we had like 10 people just watching. So these people, fine. It's okay. You want to associate with success, fine. But like, do not shit on those people who are in the middle of their grind, trying to make it, right?
Yeah.
You can't have it both ways, right? You can't shit on them when they're down and then suddenly want to be their best friend when they're successful.
You know how people are super fickle one. Irvin, how you doing, by the way? Irvin says, okay, you never know. Some of these people who make these comments are like 10 to 11-year-olds. That is true. That is true. But like Foreign said, one of the fellas he was jostling back and forth with on social media turned out to be like middle-aged family man. So it's like, it speaks to not everybody, because here's the thing, everybody can be online, but not everybody is a good conversationalist. Not everybody has the best interest. Not everybody is an expert in the subject matter, but a lot of these people want to say something. And they just reach out for the lowest hanging fruit.
Exactly.
Get a pop, get people to laugh. All I know is Kurt Tate because he's a fool and he's, in the news, that kind of thing. And he obviously he wears, wrestling gear and stuff like that.
Yeah. Speaking of wrestling gear, I want everyone to be loud and proud and wear the wrestling gear and not be afraid of judgment. I'm not sure. I want to confirm because I just got a notification on Patreon that Muhammad Daniel, did you just join us on Patreon?
What?
Did you just join like literally live right now? Because
okay,
if you did, please confirm with me right now.
Hang on. Let me check my emails. Because yes, we did mention that the next person to join us, yes, Muhammad Daniel is our newest Patreon member.
Okay, Muhammad Daniel, as a thank you, I have another copy of this, or not, what do you call it? Another pair?
Another piece.
Another piece of this Elimination Chamber shirt. I was live in Perth. Wait, let me show you. Come, give me the full one.
Muhammad Daniel wants the one that you're wearing. Take it off. Take it off.
No, I'm kidding. You want this? I will take it out right now. Come on, you want me to?
Hey, no. Put it on.
No. My girlfriend will kill me. Okay, anyway, congrats, Muhammad Daniel. I'm gonna give you this shirt. I mean, this shirt, like I'm gonna give you this shirt. So, just DM me your address. I'm gonna mail it to you, bro. Congratulations.
There you go. Very nice.
Yeah,
see,
congrats.
Lots of perks to joining our Patreon, and I do believe, Foreign, you have more goodies in your WWE Center bag somewhere.
Yeah, foreign is Santa Claus. I go
Ah.
to the superstore. I didn't just don't think about myself. I want to give more merch to some of you listeners.
Let's
so
go.
I'll give you another sweetener, and I'll tell you the context later.
Okay.
But the next person who joins the Patreon, I will give you an Undertaker related merch. There you go.
Ooh.
Next person that joins our Patreon, doesn't matter which tier. The next
Okay.
person that joins, I'll give you an Undertaker merch from an event. And I want to tell you about me seeing Undertaker live. I'll talk about it later on. But
Yes.
there you go. Another perk. Let's go.
Okay, so do we want to jump into the big one right now, Elimination Chamber? Because
Yes.
we have Revolution to get to as well.
yeah, Revolution. Yes. Come on, let's go through.
Oh, you'll do Revolution first,
No. Let's leave. So whoever want to drop off after that can.
Because if you want to go by chronology, the Dead Man Show goes first, right?
Yeah. Okay, so let me just kind of backtrack a bit. So I said, I landed in Perth on Thursday. Took a nice nap, and then on Friday, first thing, moment I wake up, after subuh, prayer, straight away go to coffee, then straight away go to the WWE Superstore.
Yeah.
Got a whole bunch of merch. I might have bought some title belts. So the next time you see me, might have some nice background.
How much you? I mean, maybe you don't want to say out loud how much you spend, because people might be certain people might be tuning in, right? But
No. Don't worry. I didn't buy the legit replica, the $850 belts.
You mean like this type, like this?
Yeah. Mr. Young will know how much it costs.
Yeah.
So it's about 850 for
Wait.
those WWE Championship.
Did you buy the
championship belts.
styrofoam one?
No, not styrofoam. Okay, it's not like rabak like styrofoam, but it's not that expensive. It's
Because
somewhere in between.
I'm sorry for bringing his name up again, but you know who? The man who shall not be named. The one that he brings out is a styrofoam one, and he ties it with string at the back. I don't know if you've noticed. It's the most rabak.
That fucker can't even afford to get a proper.
Yeah, call himself a fan, huh? Okay, well, no. We shouldn't say that. People have different, financial difficulties and stuff like that. But yeah,
Okay,
it's not that one. It's not that one.
Yeah, let's continue. So from there, the WWE Superstore, I rushed immediately. I made it just in time, 12 p.m. on a Friday to watch the free open press conference, right?
Oh, yes.
Yeah, so that was happening. It was right outside Optus Stadium. Bro, can I tell you first and foremost, do not fuck around with Australian summer weather, bro.
Was it
Don't
hot?
play, bro. Bro, I don't know whether I don't think I can show you, but my shoulders are still red, like lobster red.
Oh, my God.
Like freaking SpongeBob, Mr. Crab red.
It was
it's
hot.
terrible.
It was freaking hot.
It's not just hot, bro. Okay, like Singapore is hot and humid, right? So it's like annoying. At least you will sweat. But this is dry and hot. So I've never experienced dry and hot. But what
really?
it does to you is like your throat will just immediately be like parched. You're freaking like super thirsty at all times.
Yeah.
And it's like you're literally having like a hot iron on your back. It's terrible. I can't even sweat it out. Like my skin is dry, so I can't even sweat it out. So I'm just hot and burning.
Right.
But we withstood all of that. Deep Royalty was there. I ran into Sean from SGAG. Shout out to him as well. A couple of my friends from Varapoche podcast. Yuva, who was on the show as well. They're all there, and they were like, "Man, I think this is more worth it than the actual event."
Yeah.
Do you know why?
Why?
Bro, okay. From where I'm sitting, right? Like Triple H is literally 2 arms length away.
Wow.
Like if you were there, because first of all, it was a free open concert. So it's like watching like a hipster festival or whatever it is. You're just there. You're literally standing there and you're looking in your eye line. I saw Logan Paul up close, you know. Bro, shout out to Logan Paul, bro. That guy is jacked in person, bro. He is jacked. He looks good.
He is everything. Like, I don't care how much you hate him. The more you hate him as a person, the better it is for the business.
Yeah. He is amazing.
He can promo his ass off. He is a better promo than, I would say, 90% of the roster.
Yeah. Okay, so a couple of people that surprised me, right? The first person that came out, I believe, Triple H introduced everyone. He cut quite a long promo, kind of like hyping everyone up. Bro, Grayson Waller, bro.
Yeah. No, I was about to say this. Okay, so I was kind of on the fence about Grayson Waller previously, but I feel like maybe he felt like he needed to step up. This is his hometown. You know what I mean? And he definitely delivered, I feel. Like I was like, after this past weekend, I was like, oh, that's why WWE sees so much in him. Because he does have it. It just maybe hasn't translated well in what he's done recently.
Yeah, I think even WWE didn't know how to use him, but then I think after seeing how he's being received by the fans, I also want to ask you, like, how did he appear, like, like on TV, on the press con, on the show, online, on your side?
So yeah, you're talking about like the press con, right? Yeah. So I watched it on YouTube. I didn't watch it live, but yeah, I enjoyed it because like anything, the crowd plays into it heavily, and he was super over. He was saying all the right things. He knew how to milk the crowd. See, that's why I wonder if this will work. Like when he comes back to the US and the crowds may not react to him because maybe the Aussie humor is not there, the connection is not there. So that I think is a thing that they need to, think about in the future. But for this moment, in this place, he was the man. It would be like, like, I don't know, Great Khali is ultra charismatic in India. Like, something we never really think about.
Are you sure
right?
he's charismatic even in India? He doesn't do much,
No, but he is one of them. Like, there's that home crowd connection, right? Like, he can talk to experiences that only they will understand. So there's that connection. That's why Grayson Waller worked here.
Okay, just a very short side topic. You talk about Great Khali, right? Do you know that one of the questions that was asked in the Undertaker One Dead Man show to Undertaker was, who was his 5 worst workers that he's ever had in the ring?
I'm sure Giant Gonzalez is somewhere there.
He didn't pull any punches. He mentioned all the names and why they suck.
Okay, wait. Can I guess? Oh, wait. Let's put a bow. Let's put a bow on the press conference first. Just
Let's talk about we'll talk about the One Day Man show in a bit. But so I think Grayson Waller, if he wants to bring something back from Aussie, right, and add to his gimmick, right, I think he should really do the shoey thing as part of his gimmick.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I had no idea what that was. I didn't know that was a thing in Australia. Apparently, when you win championships, people just drink out of a shoe.
Yeah.
I do not know whether they drink out of an actual person's shoe that they just wore, but apparently it's like a brand new shoe. They will drink from a brand new shoe. So I think if he can somehow incorporate or bring that to his presentation. Imagine, right, bro? After he wins, he drinks the shoe and then he just spits it out or somewhere. I don't know, just do something as. Because in Aussie it's kind of like a cool thing, but maybe everywhere else is like disgusting.
It's disgusting everywhere. It's just they've made it into a thing where athletes do that.
Yeah, so if he were to do it and like as a way to insult or rub salt in the wound of like his opponent, I think that would be a cool wrinkle in his gimmick. Okay, so that's one thing. Grayson Waller was amazing, well liked. Bro, Kevin Owens, bro. Like a friend of mine, Barav, shout out to him. He was there and he said like, when I hear Kevin Owens promos like on TV, like he just sound like okay lah. That doesn't really stand out, wasn't really special. But he said he gets the appeal of Kevin Owens when he hear him promo live, bro. Well, interesting, right?
I've always said that like he is a great pro because you know who he reminds me of? If you want to talk about AEW, he's kind of like Eddie Kingston, where he speaks like one of us. He speaks like a man of the people, so it's very easy to gravitate towards him. That's why he got the stunner. Actually, if you think about it, he's like a Stone Cold in that sense, where he's just loud and obnoxious and brash. And I mean, I don't want to stereotype, but I think Australians gravitate towards that sort of personality where they are loud, where they will say something if they feel that way, right? And it's very in line with Kevin Owens' personality.
Exactly, and I think his man on the street really resonates when you're there in person because he really speaks to you. Quick one thing, I think it was Sportscast podcast. Our dear friend from Brunei,
Jason.
Jason. I will talk about Tiffany Stratton in a bit. And also I saw Sarah from Grapplemax. You were asking me, did I wear sunscreen? I did. And also I didn't forget you, Sarah. I'll say something about you before the show ends.
Okay, yes. I saw the call out on Instagram. But we'll get to all that in just a little while. But okay. Who else stood out to you in that press con? Because I know one person who stood out in a negative way, and I don't think she's ever been good in promos. But because she's in the main event, Nia Jax.
Okay, wait. How did Nia Jax come across on YouTube for you, bro?
I mean, it's the same old Nia Jax and nothing new. I don't think she's evolved her character at all. She's just the way she's always been, and it's kind of just annoying law. That's it.
Yeah. I mean, shout out to shout out to Nia Jax for trying, because she said like, I'm also an Australian too, and then
Yeah.
everyone boo.
Boo.
But actually, I was born in Sydney. Even bigger boo.
Big boos. Yeah.
All the Perth people don't like Sydney. This is a thing apparently.
Okay.
Hilarious. I love it. Oh, shout out to Zarfan. Zarfan was there.
Yay! What's up?
Zarfan is in the chat right now, and he was there and he took some really awesome videos and captured a great moment. So please follow him, CPTZHARFAN. If I'm not wrong, right, Captain Zarfan? on
Captain
Instagram.
Zarfan. There you go.
Yeah. Check out his stuff because it's really, really good. Okay, so back to Nia Jax. So Nia Jax, I didn't understand why she was put in this spot, but I know it's because it's really just fodder for Rhea. Mami was what everyone wanted to see.
Yeah.
And Mami live is great, right? She has owned her character. She's a master on the mic, in the ring. She has a great connection with the fans, even more so in Australia. But one person that really stood out from the press conference, and Jason has alluded to, bro.
Okay.
Bro, Tiffy time, bro. Tiffy
Oh,
time.
right. Yes.
Tiffany Stratton. Oh my God. Okay, I admit I don't watch NXT as much as I should. So I kind of miss completely the whole rivalry between Becky and Tiffany when Tiffany was the champion. And I just know she's athletic. She can do great moonsault, blah, blah, blah. But something about her charisma or her personality, about her presence, the moment she walked out, everyone in the at the press cross was in love with her, bro.
Oh yeah.
They were just down bad for this Tiffany Stratton. And then I look around and I look all these Aussie men. They were like, God damn it, she's a Sheila. She's a Sheila.
She's a Sheila. I mean, and we'll talk about it later in the Elimination Chamber, right? She was the only heel in the match, but she got cheered the most.
Yeah, incredible, right? And I had no idea, okay, because I know Sheila is like a thing in Australia, but for some reason I forgot about it. So I was like,
means a beautiful
Sheila?
woman, lah.
I was like,
Sheila?
who's she talking about? Like, is Sheila on 7? Like, if you're Malay music listener, you know what I'm talking about. Sheila on 7? Who's Sheila?
Yeah.
And then the guy was like, Sheila, she's a Sheila, bro. Now I'm like, oh, okay. So maybe she's their type, blonde.
Right. Sure.
Blue eyes, maybe that type, okay? I don't know. But she cut a heel promo, but everyone cheered, bro. And it was like those typical heel promo where like, the best thing about Perth is that I can leave Perth in a few hours.
Okay, so I love that you said that, because honestly, just watching it, right, I was like, okay, it wasn't a bad promo, but it wasn't like anything amazing. You know what I mean? It felt like a typical heel promo. But I think she has it. We always talk about it, right? I mean, we made the comparison before. Oh, is she the next Mandy? No, I think she's way better than Mandy.
Yes, because Mandy a bit kaku at the start. She a bit wooden.
Wooden,
Yes.
Yeah.
So she had to grow into that. Even until now, I think she has a very laid back, lazy draw. But Tiffany, she's really on the ball. She's smart. She comes across as very calculative, almost like a mean girl. She knows her gimmick well, so it's showing.
And she's athletic as well, so it all adds together to this perfect package, right?
Yeah. So just to put a bow on the press conference, I think Tiffany Stratton really stood out. Kevin Owens, I understand his appeal now. Logan Paul was a star. He really is a star, bro. You have to see him live to understand his appeal.
Bro, it is insane to me that he only started in his pro wrestling journey how many years? Was it?
Bro,
3 years?
3 years, 2021.
Yeah, it's only been 3 years, right? Say what
3
you
years
want.
from the ground up, bro.
Yeah, literally zero. Maybe he got training before, I don't know lah. But literally 3 years, no NXT, nothing, just straight into the main event scene. When have you ever seen that before?
No,
and someone a celebrity who can actually work. I mean, you know what I mean. He's not going to be a technical superstar. He's not going to be a Bret Hart, but dude is bringing eyeballs, and he can cut a promo, and he can fly.
Yeah, he's already better than Bad Bunny, and Bad Bunny did a great job as well. So shout out to him. And also, DK, this is me personal favorite. I'm biased.
Sure.
But bro, first time getting to see Randy Orton.
Oh,
Not just seeing him perform, but seeing him live, having him meters away. And apparently, bro, he's an Aussie fan, bro.
I know he did the Aussie chant.
Yeah, no, but he got the accent, bro.
Oh, right.
The reason why I bring that up was because he did the Aussie. And then the Sang Angmo beside me, I'm assuming he's Australia. He was like, damn, he's one of us. Because apparently the accent is really spot on. So shout out to him, bro.
Or maybe they're just wrestling fans who really love Randy Orton.
Yeah. So and also maybe he's a fan of our Grapplemax tag team.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, sure, I guess.
Okay, we'll go with that. So was
Yes.
it, how packed was it? Just give me an idea of how packed it was.
Oh man, I mean on camera when I look back at the video, it was incredibly packed, right?
Yeah.
It was impressive. I would say they took up the entire lawn, and like the lawn is probably like, imagine the whole Fort Canning.
So wait, did they
Yeah.
stop people from entering at any point, or
No, it's just free for all, bro. They only
Wow.
block people from you know at the back of the lawn they have like the camera where they have the hard cam.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that one is like a raised platform. So you didn't like allow anyone to go
Go
front,
inside.
just in case that people are blocking the way.
Right.
I was one of them, unfortunately, that cannot push to the side. You know.
Yeah.
But other than that, like it was free for all. So like but the problem is that stadium is really in the middle of nowhere. It's like at the outskirts of the city. Everywhere else is just like forest or like lawn areas.
So to go there is quite a commitment, lah.
Correct. Like people don't just go there. Oh, I'm gonna take a walk from my house there. You know, there's no houses nearby, right?
Yeah,
so people were there because they are fans and you know they wanted to check out what's going on. So shout out
There
to
you
them.
go. So okay, after the press conference, you had a date with a dead man.
Yeah, bro. Okay. So here was my conundrum, bro. Because of my package that I bought, right? I actually got complimentary dinner that evening with some WWE superstars.
Okay.
Div Royalty, shout out to her. She was actually at that dinner, and it was at the Royal Crown Plaza in Perth. And she told me after the fact that the one that appeared at that dinner was The Way, or the former The Way.
Wait. So it was Austin Theory and Candice LeRae and Johnny Gargano?
Yeah, and Indy Hartwell as well.
Indy
I
Hartwell.
believe.
Okay. I mean,
Correct me if I'm wrong, Div Royalty. Indy Hartwell was there as well. Basically, the whole bunch of them.
I think you went to you picked the right one. You got to see the dead man. I think that's better.
Yeah. I don't know whether Grayson Waller came, Div. Let me know, confirm again. But yeah, so they had dinner and they had opportunity to talk to the wrestlers and take photos. So it was a great thing, right?
Yeah.
But I ain't gonna miss seeing the Undertaker
Yeah,
in
no,
person, bro. Come on.
Exactly. Okay, so tell us about the experience. I believe it was done in like a former prison or something.
Yeah. Okay. So first of all, when I was looking at like the events and thinking where to go to, and I saw, wow, they're gonna do a one date man show, and I'm curious, right? Like, what exactly is Undertaker gonna do? Stand up comedy?
Yeah.
What? Is it gonna be like a comedy show?
No, he's not Mick Foley lah.
Yeah, but then I saw like, oh, you're gonna do it in the prison. I mean, like that's perfect, bro. I mean, next to doing it at the graveyard, I mean, this is the next best place, right?
Yeah. Okay, then what happened?
Oh yeah, okay. Div Royalty just confirmed it's just Indy, Candice, Grayson, and Austin Theory. Okay, so basically Johnny Gargano sub out for Grayson Waller.
He wasn't even in the
Australia.
Perth, I don't think. Yeah, but anyway, yes. So at the Fremantle prison, what was the crowd like? How many people? Like yeah,
very interesting, bro. So when I went there, immediately was a huge long ass queue, right?
Sure.
And you can tell it was an older crowd.
Oh,
You can tell it was someone who watched, WWE maybe from the Attitude Era and before that, somebody who grew up with Undertaker. I saw a lot of people in their 30s, 40s, 50s.
Makes sense. Makes perfect sense. Yeah.
So it's really an older crowd. So I had a very clear distinction between who is watching the current product and who is like a let's fan. I don't watch current wrestling, but I'm gonna be here for the Undertaker for sure.
Yeah.
Case in point, my two friends that I went there with, Yuvaraj and Bhairav, they are from the Bada Poche podcast. Shout out to them. If you're a Tamil listener, check them out. They didn't even buy tickets to Elimination Chamber, bro.
Bro, so they went there just for Undertaker.
Yeah, they bought tickets and planned a Perth trip just to watch the Dead Man show.
Yeah, I mean, you're there. Why not just get a nosebleed seat at Elimination Chamber? That's crazy to me, bro.
Yeah, I mean it's crazy, right? But I mean, I don't question. That's their choice, and
sure.
He's a family man, so his wife probably was like, just watch this thing, then do other things. All based on my plans.
Hey, bro, you don't anyhow throw people under the bus, okay?
No lah, just kidding lah. But my friend Yuvaraj, she is a huge Undertaker fan.
Yeah.
Fun fact, I was at his house. We were watching the streak get broken live, like at his house, WrestleMania 30. I remember that day. Yeah. And he has not been the same ever since.
Oh my god. Okay. So yes.
That's
Get
the kind
to
of
the show.
fandom.
Let's talk about the show.
Yeah, okay. So when we queue up and then they took our phones away, bro. By I don't know whether you know what's Yonder. It's like a app or it's a company where basically they help collect your phone and they seal it in like an anti-lock package.
Yeah, so you can't like, take out your phone and film stuff lah.
Yes, correct. So I was like, okay. And not just take out the phone, bro. People who wear smartwatches have to take out also.
Wow.
Yeah, so it's legit, bro. So I was like, wait. So there was people asking around what's the time because they don't even have a proper smartwatch. Fucking hilarious.
Normal watch, yeah. Nobody has one anymore.
Yeah, so it was like if you had a phone, you can access it. You had a watch, you can access it. And then I was like, wow, what is gonna happen? What are they gonna talk about until they're so scared to record stuff.
Yeah.
So then I walk into the prison and the prison is huge, right? It's like a castle. It looks like Hogwarts, right?
Yeah.
Like a castle yard like that.
Sure.
I was so surprised. I walk in, turn to the right. Bro, it was an entire festival, bro.
Huh?
When I say festival, right, they had like stall after stall after stall, like pasar malam,
Oh, right.
Got like hot dog stand, got burger stand, got freaking merch stand. And I'm like, wow, Undertaker's such a big deal. Can hold his own laneway festival. Bro,
yeah. So wait, so was it part of Undertaker's show or was there a separate festival happening? It's part of it.
It's part of Undertaker's show. So
okay, but I mean, it kind of makes sense, right? Like you're not just going to like they know that people are going to be there. Might as well capitalize on the people there by selling them food, merch, blah blah blah.
Yeah, and it's not just like only Tom, Dick, and Harry one store. Like it's literally like a line of stores, bro.
Yeah.
It's like you go to what's that recent the one they go to the Thailand the Thai festival, the one at Expo. They had some sort of festival where
like
they were
a Thai
selling
food festival
yeah.
The Chatuchak festival.
The Chatuchak festival, something like that. It was literally like that, bro. It was lines and lines. It was like an expo, and then everything was just open. And I was like, wow,
Okay.
this guy really got a lot of expenses. So to me, right, the price of admission, I think I paid about 150 Sing. And it was not the best seats lah, but 150 Sing. I tell you, half of it I just went to food. To me, food was the reason lah. But
Sure.
okay, that was one thing. And quick shout out. Remember I talked about the Patreon? So I bought some merch, right?
Yeah.
So again, next person who joined us on our Patreon will get Undertaker program. This is worth AUD $30, bro.
There you go, Undertaker One Dead Man Show.
Can you see? Can you guys see?
Yeah. Give us a
How it looks
preview. Give us a peek into this program.
Boom,
Bro.
boom,
Nice.
boom, boom, boom.
Okay. Close it.
Boom. Next person, I will mail this to you. Okay, settle. I'm
There
like
you go.
doing an auction like that.
Yeah. Next person to join our Discord. Foreign will.
Patreon.
Patreon. Sorry, the next person to join our Patreon. Any tier, by the way, Foreign will send that to you.
Really? Okay, yeah, I will. I'm
Yes,
shocked
yes.
by my own question. Yes, I will send this to you because I bought enough merch to last a lifetime, and I feel I want to give one away. So yeah, that's what it is.
Do you have even more? Now I want to know what the heck you bought. So, okay, tell us about the show proper. Was it indoors or outdoors? Indoors.
Okay, no, it was outdoor. It was literally on the prison yard itself.
Oh, okay.
Right, so it was like those can you imagine those movie night where they set up like the big ass screen, they had a stage, and then while waiting for the event to start or Undertaker segment to start, they were playing all these like YouTube videos of Undertaker's top 10 best moments.
Right.
Or Undertaker's top 10 gimmick. It's like literally the WWE top 10. They literally just replay all that. So everyone was getting hype, right? Getting hype. And then I was like, okay, finally it's 8 o'clock, right? And then when 8 o'clock, right on the dot, bro, then gong.
Dong.
Then everything went dark. Everyone started cheering clearly, right?
Oh my God.
Cheering, and after that, gong. And then they suddenly splayed like images of like Undertaker from like his past, in the full dead man costume on the screen lah. And then suddenly we hear footsteps, then tuk, 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 then keep rolling. Then I was like, oh, is Undertaker gonna come down in a bike or something?
Yeah.
I was so interested to know how he's actually gonna make his appearance. So, of course, Limp Bizkit played him out to the stage, and he walked out. Bro.
Wait, Limp Bizkit played Limp Bizkit weren't there, right?
Not Limp Bizkit lah, like the Limp Bizkit song Rolling.
Oh, okay, they played the song Rolling. Okay,
playing to the stage, yeah. And bro, it was a 20 minutes, maybe. Okay, it was like a good 5 minutes standing ovation, bro.
I'm not surprised.
5 minutes. I mean,
I don't expect
Undertaker,
anything
right?
less for for a legend like the Undertaker. So
Yeah.
okay, does
Wait,
he
you
sit
have to-
down?
wait, you have to understand, right? The people in the crowd are like real fans, because when I was walking around, I saw people were like half naked. They had like full back tattoos of Undertaker on their back.
Wow.
You know, they had freaking like dead man, and then like, you know, all the different versions of Undertaker down their sleeve. So these are legit, like, you know, a ride or die, you know.
I wish you had your camera to film all this stuff down,
Yeah.
right? Like,
No, but it kind of makes it even more amazing, because it's like, oh, okay, no one else will experience this moment except those people that were there.
see, that's why they do that, so that you know you can't replicate. Like, for example, like you said, like if you manage to film a bunch of all this stuff, film clips, eventually it'll all get leaked out, and then we'll be able to technically see the show online, and then you can't sell tickets, right? So I get that that's what they do. They stop you from
Exactly.
filming.
Yeah. Poor Muhammad Daniel, he said, Allah, so sad. Bro, don't be sad, bro. It's okay. I will, you know, you just stay on the this Patreon train. If, hopefully future shows I can get more merch for more people, okay? So don't be sad. I think he's sad because he didn't get the Undertaker.
Right. So okay, you talk about the
back to show.
fans.
Yep.
Talk about the show. Is he standing up through the thing? Is he sitting down? Like, what's the presentation? What was he even wearing?
Okay, so he came out wearing his Undertaker biker gear, right? He had the do-rag, he had the cap, back to the back. He had his like freaking, he dressed his biker taker lah. So he had his you know, shirt, and he had like the bike chain, he had like boots.
So basically what he wears on a daily basis lah.
Yeah, dia more lepak, right?
Yeah.
So he wasn't in full Undertaker like dead man gear lah, if that's what you're asking lah.
Yeah.
In terms of the presentation, he had like a you know, stool where he sat. He had like a lone mic. So I thought you were really gonna do stand-up comedy, right? And then at the side table, he had like a full bottle of Jack Daniels, bro.
Oh my god.
So this guy is gonna be drunk on stage talking shit, basically.
Okay, so essentially, like you say, it's not a stand-up show. I think a lot of people maybe assume because, you know, they've seen Mick Foley's show. And Mick Foley does include humor in his show, but he said before also, he's not doing a stand-up show. He's just talking about his stories from his career, right? And I assume Undertaker is pretty much a very similar story as well. Like, he's there talking about his career.
Yeah. First of all, who says Undertaker is not funny, bro?
Well, I'm sure he was funny, but he's not a stand-up comedian is what I'm saying.
Okay, the thing the expectation I came to the show was like, it's just gonna be an old guy just talking about his story, rambling on and on. Is it gonna be boring? Even as a fan, like, am I gonna be bored? And I know, I'm sorry to call you out on this, Sean from SGAG. He actually didn't go because he said the Google reviews for it wasn't good.
Oh.
So people had their Google reviews. So I had this expectation that, okay, maybe it's a Hall of Fame speech for an hour and a half, and people are gonna be bored by it, right? Or like, if you're not a fan, you won't understand the reference and all that. Okay, so I really had very low expectations. But one thing that I appreciated was Undertaker kind of set the context straight up, right? He said like, you know, one of my favorite things about wrestling was to be able to do it in the ring, after the show to be able to meet the fans, and then after everything ends, to go out on a night out with the boys and, you know, drink and tell some great stories, right? So that, for him, this was his chance to kind of really capture that. He can't do it in the ring anymore, and then he made it very clear, like, and then everyone was saying, one more match, and then he was like, shut up, you marks.
I love it.
Okay, so I think I was being very catty and bitchy. I like spicy Undertaker, by the way.
Spicy Undertaker.
Yeah,
so
don't
basically, he's sort of just telling you guys, look, this is me sitting down telling stories, war stories almost, right?
Yeah.
To an audience who appreciates such things because you're all wrestling fans.
Correct. So he wanted to kind of gauge what kind of audience is he talking to. So he said like, raise your hand if you're like an internet fan. And then they were like, oh, a bunch of us cheered and that kind of stuff. So and then he said, am I right to say then that you guys are marks? And I was like, yeah, we are marks. And he's like, okay, well, I'm the biggest mark of them all, so let's get to it.
Oh, that's cute.
Yeah, that's cute. So basically he just launched into a bunch of stories that apparently people prepared, or like, you know, like, because he had a meet and greet right before the show, right? And they were asking like what the kind of things that they wanted to ask, or like stories that he wanted to tell. So one of the things that they started was he talked about his gang, the BSK, right? And people always talking about, you know, we always mention about all these famous ones like Rikishi, Yokozuna. Then he said, but which one is the one that we always catch out the most? Which one is the one that we always make fun of the most? You know, like the one in the group that is the rant lah, right?
Okay.
So he he was not afraid to call out names and talk shit, right? So he said like, to us, the worst one was Median.
Poor
Median is the one that like
Always
all of
kena.
them like bahan always kena one because
Yeah.
he's always getting drunk, getting high, and he's always Undertaker had to clean up for him.
Right.
So that was one of the funny stories. There was one story where Median was already fired from the company and was trying to make a comeback. So Undertaker already a big deal at that point in time, and then he's like, okay lah, kesian, I want to help his friend out. So he said, I can't promise you I can get you back in, but I can help you train you to get you back up to speed.
Yeah.
So he actually invited Median to his ranch or to train for like, you know, a few weeks before his like debut, like tryout lah.
Yeah.
And then this Median, you know, train, happy, then they walk around the ranch, then suddenly saw his motorcycle collection. Then he asked Undertaker, hey, can I try or not? Ride one of your huge ass Harley.
Yeah.
And then he's like, okay lah, fine lah, you train, I give you chan lah, you know, you can ride my down the driveway, just the driveway only, don't go out. So he said his house has a huge ass driveway, look like a, you know, like a 2-lane big pavement. But for some reason, this guy, he didn't know how to operate it. He drive 50 meters, he swerved right out of the pavement into the dirt. And then the dirt is like the type like very hard, like that's basically his freaking like his the front of the wheel kind of got stuck.
Yeah.
And then he's stressed, right? So that huge ass handlebar, he kind of twisted it.
Yeah.
Which caused him to flip over like
Oh
freaking.
my god.
So basically he wrecked his freaking bike.
Yeah.
And then he got hurt. I mean he landed on the pavement, right? So he like landed on his back. And then Undertaker was like, he jogged out like, wait, what happened? And then Median came out and he's like, I'm alright, I'm good, don't worry about me. And Undertaker like, screw you, man, what happened to my bike? And then apparently his bike got mangled.
Right.
And then Undertaker gave him like the death glare, like, you know, the one where he want to go choke slam him like that.
Yeah.
And then Median looked at him one time, he's like, okay, I'll pack my bags.
Oh no.
I'll pack my bags. So basically, Undertaker, without even saying a word, he
Kick him out.
left. Median got kicked out and he never got that tryout.
Oh my god. So,
And then,
so it's stories like that lah from his entire life's work in the WWE.
correct.
So you alluded to this earlier, but he did mention the 5 worst people that he's worked with, and he pulled no punches.
Yes, okay. So the first half was him telling kind of road stories, and then the second half was more like an audience Q&A participation.
Okay.
Where,
how long was the whole thing?
Bro, it was a solid 2 hours, bro. Like,
nice. Okay.
So I felt I got my money's worth. So the first hour was him telling road stories. So he was like, he will spend different eras.
Yeah.
And then I can quickly talk about the second half, which is like the Q&A. So basically, you got people coming out and asking questions, right? And a lot of people, you can tell, ask really, really, really great questions. I'll talk about some of them, but one of them was, again, who are the 5 worst workers that you've been in the ring with? And he was like, where do I start? So he got it. He really talked shit already.
Okay. Let me guess. I know somebody in chat said Mabel. Was Mabel one of them?
He said it wasn't. He said he's on the list, but he's not the top 5.
Wow, I'm surprised. Okay, Giant Gonzalez has to be there.
Yes, Giant Gonzalez number 1.
Yeah, okay. Oh, really? Number 1? Okay, wow.
Yeah, top straight away. He said already.
There, I hit the jackpot already. I don't need to answer the rest. But okay, the rest. Who could it be? Who else has? I mean, he's fought a lot of people, a lot of stinkers.
I can't remember off the top of my head because of course it's been a couple of days. I didn't write down notes, right, per se. But number 1 was him. Second was Great Khali. Clearly, poor guy. There was one guy from the new generation era, which I can't be sure exactly who is it.
What, one of the bikers?
No, like maybe like a, I don't know, like one of the very, very terrible gimmicks that I can't remember off the first top of my head. I don't want to say who lah. Oh no. People were cheering Goldberg. He was like, nah, he's not that bad. It was just a terrible match, he said. So one of them, like I mentioned, was Great Khali, Giant Gonzalez. People were saying Nathan Jones.
Isn't he Aussie? Nathan Jones?
So he agreed.
Yeah.
Okay, so he told a very funny about Nathan Jones. He said, guys, I don't want to disrespect your fellow countrymen. God dang it, he might even be from this prison, right?
Yeah.
Remember the gimmick was he came from some Australian prison, right?
Kurgan. Was it Kurgan?
Could be Kurgan, bro. Could be Kurgan. I'm so sorry, I can't remember. But the Nathan Jones one was, he said, right, you know that WrestleMania 19 match where he was supposed to tag team with Nathan Jones and fight
Big
A-Train
Show.
and Big Show.
Yeah.
And then he said, guys, I promise you, I tried. I got all of them to my ranch. We really practiced the match, weeks leading up to it. And then he said, like, after all of that, I just came to one conclusion. The only way this match can be good is if Nathan Jones is not in it.
Wow.
Yeah,
So
So it was
we all
Undertaker's-
kind of knew. Yeah.
It was Undertaker's idea to get him injured in the match early.
Yeah.
So that it became like a 2-on-1.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, it was his idea. It's fucking hilarious.
So all 5 were big guys. Well, it makes sense, right? They were big
Yeah.
guys that had a look but had no wrestling ability whatsoever.
You know who's the last one?
Who?
The last one is a very recent one.
Recent.
Not recent, but more of his later part of his career. And
Okay.
you will agree the moment I say his name.
Oh my god. Give me a hint.
Russian.
Vladimir Kozlov?
There you go.
There you go.
Okay, so he contrasted this by telling the story of the Undertaker end of that era match, right? He was saying like, my favorite matches are when everyone can work. Everyone can be a ring general. That's why he said when he was fighting Triple H or Shawn Michaels, it was so easy for him because he just let them be Shawn Michaels. I just be Undertaker. We didn't have to plan out the match. We tell the story based on our character, right?
Yeah.
He said he doesn't like his worst matches are with very green guys who are so scared to they just so scared they want to make a mistake. They're so scared to injure them that they overdo it, that in the end they do injure them or they do become stiff unnecessarily.
Yeah.
So Vladimir was one of them. He said Vladimir was put in a very main event position pretty early in his career. If you guys remember 2008, he was in matches with Undertaker, in matches with Triple H for the title and all that. And he was a big dude, strong dude, very green in the ring, and was very fixated on trying to come across as tough. He wanted to look tough and be tough in the ring. So he overdo it. So he said even when putting Undertaker in a headlock, he go yank the freaking forearm on his head, like overly done that. He was like, slow down. He was in a headlock, slow down.
Right.
And then, but he was too busy screaming in his ear, like, "Wah! Ah!" Trying to look like a big deal.
Badass, yeah.
Undertaker was like, he was feeling ringing in his ear. He's like, hey, shut the fuck up, bro. So he was telling me the story of how like the only way to slow them down is to basically beat their ass for real. Then they will slow down.
Like wake them up, like literally potato them one time. Say, oi.
Yeah, potato, like, stop it, Yeah, so that was one of the funny anecdotes he told about that story. I'm not gonna tell you everything for sure.
No, yeah.
But the last story I want to tell you was hilarious, bro. This is fucking hilarious. And I think, bro, these are the kind of things R-rated stories that he cannot tell in the documentary,
right?
Because it's gonna get people in trouble. So I get it now why they hide their phones.
Yeah.
So he said like there was this one time in 1993, in Alaska. They were in the middle of nowhere, and he was out on the night with I believe I can't remember who's the other person. He said it could be 123 Kid, it could be X-Pac, but he was out with him and Macho Man Randy Savage.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So Macho Man at that point in time just divorced Elizabeth, right?
Right.
So he was like depressed. He never wanted to go out. He always stay in the hotel. And every time, Undertaker did a very great Macho Man impression, by the way. I'm not gonna try.
Ooh, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna say the words, and then Mr. You can repeat it in the Macho Man voice, right?
Okay.
I'm not going out I'm not going out on the town tonight. It's just too depressing for me. Go.
Wait, you want me to say that in?
Say it in the Macho Man voice.
Ooh, yeah. I'm not going out. I cannot. I won't do it justice.
So close there.
Yeah.
But he said, I'm not going out on the town tonight. I'm too depressed.
I'm too depressed.
Leave me alone.
Leave me alone. Yeah.
Yeah. Dig it. But anyway, Undertaker was like, hey, come on, you gotta move on, let me get to you, bro. Come on, let me help you out. And he said, let me bring you on a good night out. So he was like, okay, I brought him to he said the ABC Club.
The ABC Club? What is that?
Apparently it stands for Alaskan Bush Company.
What?
Apparently there's a company called Alaskan Bush Company. And then you know what Undertaker said?
What?
When I walked in, there was no bush inside. It was all clean.
So it was a strip club lah.
It was a strip club. Yeah, it was a strip club.
Okay.
Yeah, so he was saying,
Ooh, yeah.
so he was saying, what do you call a strip club here in Australia? And then the fan shouted, "It's a strip club as well." Oh, okay, it's a strip club. Okay, so he tried to pay to get a dancer to dance for Macho Man. Macho Man wasn't feeling it. No, I don't
Snap
know
into
why,
a Slim Jim.
Yeah, no, I don't
He wasn't snapping into anything. Okay.
Yeah, so he's like, no, none of them are,
Aw.
not. So he like very poor thing lah, just break out, sad, he just drinking by himself. Then he said, you know what, I'm just gonna go home, I just go back to my hotel.
Ayo.
Until there was this one girl that came.
Okay.
And then Undertaker said, I knew from the twinkle in his eyes that she was the one.
Okay.
She was the one. And then he said, that night was the most I spent on one guy on a night out. That's not me. So basically, he paid for. Let's just say he paid for
The
Macho
company.
Man's day out, night
Therapy.
out.
Yeah. He paid for
his-
Macho Man's therapy. Ooh, yeah.
Yeah. And then he said, I don't know, I can't remember the amount. I think he said he paid 3K or something like that. So this was like a high end one, bro. High end.
Yeah.
And then he was like, you know what? I was willing to do it for my friend. So
Oh.
and then he said like that night, Macho left with the girl, and then he was like, oh, okay, he expert like happy like that lah. So he said they all went back to their room. They couldn't wait to meet tomorrow because they had like a morning flight to hear all about Macho Man lah. So the next morning, Macho Man came out to the to the airport. Suddenly all like himself, confident, like, oh, good morning guys. How's everybody doing? Ooh, they're shaking everyone's hair, like high-fiving the airport staff.
Yeah.
Like this is like literally like a real thing that's happening, but it looks like a storyline, but it's legit. He's like happy in a good mood.
Right.
And then Taker was like, hey, Macho, like, how was last night? I didn't see you go home with us. Like, you had a good time. Is everything all good? And then he said, yeah, brother, the Macho Man is back. It was the best 15 seconds of my life. And then Undertaker was like,
What?
what?
15 seconds?
Seconds?
I
And,
think, what was Macho Man joking?
no, he was serious. And then Macho Man was like, that's all I need, brother. And I'm now in a good mood. And I'm like, and then Undertaker was like, oh my God. Okay. And then after, since then, he like, okay, this guy is a 15 second, can only last 15 seconds. That's one thing. But then secondly, he was like, bro, I spent $3,000 for you to just 15 seconds.
Wow. I mean, okay, it's not, amount of time you spend, right? Maybe he spent the rest of the time talking. Maybe he really did need the therapy.
I don't know lah, but now from now on, guys, just keep it here in the podcast. If you hear this is just for your ears only.
Yeah.
I guess my man Taker is quite the Godfather pimp himself, huh?
Oh yeah, he is the Godfather. Well, look, I mean, all I get from this story is like he's there for his friends lah. Like whether you agree with with their ways or not, it's like he's there for his boys. You know?
He told a lot of stories about him getting his friends out of trouble, to the point that he had to sacrifice his own fun. Right?
Did anybody ask him about Vinnie Mac? Vince McMahon?
Very interestingly, he did reference Vince McMahon, but he said, "He who shall not be named."
Okay.
So he tells stories, but he wouldn't say his name, or he wouldn't like talk long about Vince McMahon per se.
Right.
So that's very interesting. But he did bring out a special appearance, an unexpected cameo that night.
Oh, okay. Triple H.
Did you see my IG stories? He was saying, because he talked about end of an era, he was saying like, he was one of the best wrestlers in the world, and then all of us were chanting Triple H. Like he said, guys, I appreciate you saying all these kind words, but I think you should tell it to him himself. Then everyone was like, what? Everyone started standing up, and then bow down to the King of Kings. The song came out, and then like Triple H just went on stage, and then he was like, I think I was saying, I'm gonna get killed for this, but I just couldn't resist. So apparently, Triple H wasn't actually part of the show. He just came backstage to kind of support, Taker and like lepak, hang out with him. Because apparently they went out for drinks after, drinks, like, because Taker doesn't drink, but apparently they went out and hung out after the show.
Taker doesn't drink?
Sorry, Triple H doesn't drink.
Oh, I'm like...
He's a teetotaler, remember?
Yeah, I was like, Taker doesn't drink? What?
Yeah.
Okay, no.
Yeah,
Triple H,
so,
Paul.
Triple H, yeah. So Triple H just went out, just say that, this guy is the boss. He is our generation's Andre. Him being here, I hope this is a moment you guys won't forget lah,
Yeah.
blah blah blah. So and then he just went backstage, and the rest of the night he just lepaking backstage, because at the side of the stage, right, from where I was sitting, right, I can actually see him.
Oh wow.
So the fucker was in his suit, lepak with his phone, playing phone just playing.
He's playing phone the whole time.
No,
Undertaker
like,
doing his talk, he's playing phone.
I'm pretty sure he's answering some very important messages and business calls, whatever it is lah. But he literally was just at the corner sitting, and then with his legs crossed, just looking at his phone the whole night.
Nice.
So fucking cute lah. Yeah.
Well, so nobody actually asked about Vince McMahon. Like nobody asked, what do you have to say about the allegations? Blah blah blah.
No.
Well, I mean, the well-behaved crowd. I'm actually very surprised.
Yeah, I mean, given it's an Australian club, I think people just were there for Undertaker and they just wanted to talk about Undertaker stories.
I love it.
Yeah, I love it. And the 2 hours passed by really, really fast. And he did a shoey at the end of the night.
Oh, of course he did.
He said like he got some random girl to go out on stage with, which is a very beautiful girl, by the way. But
A Sheila.
A Sheila, I guess. So he was like, no, because the story was he last time when he was single and stuff, he always tried to hit on girls at the bars. But every time he want to hit on a girl, one of his friends always get in trouble.
Oh.
So he always have to stand the girl out, or he always have to like bros over hoes lah.
Wow, he really like such a bro, huh?
Yeah, he's such a bro, to the point that like there was one girl that wanted to get with him, some Italian girl. She was telling the story, and then he was like, he didn't know any Italian. She didn't speak English, so he was like, parlez-vous français, mademoiselle.
Did you just speak French?
No, that's what he said. Like, I spoke French to her because I thought, like, I didn't know any Italian words. So I spoke French.
Right.
And then he was like, I mean, clearly she wanted me for this. And I'm like, okay. But then yeah, his friends got in trouble, and he like chose his friends over that. So he always felt like now he's married already. So
was Michelle McCool there?
No, Michelle McCool wasn't there. So that's what I was saying. Like when she got the girl on stage, he was like, come on, get to know some Aussie girls. And then he got a girl on stage. So I was like, wow, this guy naughty, a bit naughty,
No, it's just part of the show, part of the show.
Part of the show, I'm pretty sure. Yeah.
Man, I wonder if they'll ever. Nah, they'll probably never do it in Singapore. It's probably a thing. He's touring like in the US, right? Mostly now with his Dead Man show.
He's staying in Australia. So while the rest of the people are going back, he's doing a few shows in like, I believe in not Brisbane. I can't remember where it's Brisbane, but in Melbourne and Sydney. Yeah, so he's doing like an Australian tour at this point. I don't know whether he will do a show in Singapore or in Asia unless WWE goes, because I think his event is almost like a fringe event to support a main show.
Yeah, it makes sense. It makes sense. So there you go. That's Foreign's take on the one. What is it called? The One Dead Man Show.
Yeah, the One Dead Man Show. We have even talked about Elimination Chamber, but
I know. There's just so many things that happen, huh?
Okay, but it was a great show. If you ever had a chance, please go check it out. Especially if you're a fan of old school wrestling, Attitude Era, you will love it. And again, I repeat, the next person who joins us on our Patreon, I will mail this to you. So consider joining us on our Patreon. You can see all the sticker names. You haven't given a shout out to them yet. Shout out to all those people on our ticker. And yeah, it was a great show, and it was worth the money, man. It was definitely worth the admission alone. So yeah.
Let's give a shout out to our Patreons right now. The Shadow from day one there. Div Royalty, Fias Grinder, let's go. Rishi, what's up? Irvin, Doc, Saleh, Fast Game, Crypto Bro, LK has joined the Patreon. DJ Jeffy G in the house. Saeed, thank you so much for joining the Patreon as well. And Muhammad Daniel, our latest Patreon member.
Thank you so much, guys. We promise to give you more great content as well, not just for WWE, but local wrestling as well. So please join us on this journey as we try to lift up the scene here in Singapore. Yeah,
absolutely. All right, let's talk about the Elimination Chamber proper, live from the Optus Stadium in Perth, Australia. What was the vibe going in? You were there on the ground.
Yeah, man.
Everyone looked like they were having a lot of fun. It was like a whole festival vibe, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was. It was a great festival vibe. WWE really took over the town. Like I saw banners everywhere. Right out from my hotel, I saw banners.
Nice.
At the event, I saw merch stores. I saw like fringe events, food trucks everywhere. Everyone and their mother was wearing a WWE shirt.
Nice.
I think I like it. I like the fact that you can tell that not everyone was like a wrestling fan. Like maybe their partners brought them, or like it's just a family thing. You just want to experience it. Yeah.
It's an event lah. It's a happening, as it were. Like how AEW was in London, like for the first time. It's a happening, right?
Yeah. And I like how varied the crowd is, or like how diverse the crowd was. Right, you had all kinds of, we had families, they had a lot of handicapped people, disabled people as well.
Okay.
Like there was wheelchairs around, so I think it was quite a wheelchair friendly ground or venue. They had, people from overseas. I saw people carrying flags. So I saw one guy carrying an Irish flag.
Sure.
I saw people carrying an Aussie flag. Shout out to Nas carrying a Singapore flag. So it felt like a World Cup almost,
The
and
whole
like-
morning it was drizzling.
Yes.
Muhammad Daniel mentioned, and Divarati just confirmed it. The floor seats were damp. Oh, so what I noticed were, the most expensive seats, right? Were like the
Yeah.
kopitiam white color plastic chairs. I was
Yes,
like, could
exactly.
they? What happened to the folding chairs, bro? Why were they using the plastic white chairs?
Okay, just to be clear, the folding chairs, the one with the autograph chairs
Yeah.
with the seat, it was there, but it's only like the first 10 rows or something.
Oh,
It was
bro,
only the
remember
ringside ones.
we got those from when WWE were in Singapore, right?
Yeah, we got the cool commemorative belt, remember?
Yeah.
Still-
No, we
still
got
have it.
chair. Oh wait, you didn't get the chair from the previous one?
No, I don't remember I bring home a chair.
Bro, I have 2 chairs from 2
Okay.
previous WWE events.
Wait, the 2019 one, did we bring back a chair? I can't remember,
No,
bro.
the one we were sitting in the front row, we got the commemorative miniature belt, right? But I think the years before, you actually brought home the chair.
Nice. I mean, honestly, I wouldn't want to bring home a chair and put it in my Uber lah.
Yeah, mafan lah.
Yeah, very mafan lah. It's okay lah. Take the belt lah. But the ones at the back, on the floor, the ones at the back and everywhere around was really the kopitiam chairs. And
It was
damn
hilarious
funny
to
lah.
me.
Yeah, I think Dave, you were sitting there, right? And then she said that it was cable tied to the next chair.
Oh, so you
So
can't
you're like-
steal the chair lah.
You're just stuck there lah with
Oh,
in between
allow.
2 people. Yeah.
Divarati's here back pain. The cheap
poor
chairs.
Okay, the back pain
Aiyo.
was worth it for Damien Priest though, right? I'm just saying.
Jason says how great it was to be able to watch a PLE at normal hours.
Yeah, that was awesome. So I was there around 5. So 5 p.m. Doors. I think doors open earlier, but even up until 5:30, then the pre-match show started. So it was quite good. It was like a normal timing. I felt comfortable. I could spend the day, do stuff, other stuff, and then go to the show. No issue with the crowd traffic, even though there was a lot of people.
Yeah.
But I could get to my seats easier. My seats was actually on the first level of the stand. So I didn't go down on the ground, but I was at the stands
I
and
see.
I was directly right in eye level of the chamber and the ring. So it was
okay,
a pretty nice view.
Talk to me about like the view, because Singapore Indoor Stadium, much smaller venue, you can see the ring clearly, right? Elimination Chamber, you have these giant LED pillars, you have the chamber itself. How often were you looking at the screen versus the actual ring?
Oh man, okay, so that's the thing that sucks, right? Like for me, you want to be there so you can see the people in person. But that's why I say I kind of appreciated my press con experience more, because I literally saw them with my own eyes. They were right in front of me, just across a few meters away from me. Where I was seated, to be honest, most of the night I was looking up at the screen.
I have to believe that what you're essentially paying for is the vibe, the arena vibe, being there with people. Yeah, they are there, but like you're half the time, 90% of the time looking at the screen, right?
Yeah, it's like an IMAX experience lah. I just take it as that lah. I just see a huge ass screen with a great surround sound.
The best surround sound, and you get to be part of the crowd as well.
Yeah, and I think even though yes, I could only see most of the matches on the screen. Like every time like a big moment happened, I will make sure I will look with my own eyes. And like if I were to record stuff, I will record my phone on the screen, but my own eyes are looking at what's happening. So I can see things like, people jumping off the chamber and stuff like that lah.
I think it goes to watching wrestling. It's always best done in a crowd. As opposed to you just sit at home by yourself in front of a monitor, like you don't get the vibe, right? So I experienced Elimination Chamber in a very unique way, something I've never done before. I did a watch along on my Twitch channel, right? And
how was that experience, bro? Tell me about that.
It was actually a lot of fun. Like, okay, shy of actually being there in person, obviously being there in person with, fellow wrestling fans, that's the best experience you can have, right? But I was like, okay, I had like fellow wrestling, like Fiaz Grinder was on the chat with me and like other wrestling fans there, and people from around the world actually just like dropped by and they had their, their own things to say about each of the wrestlers lah.
Now, did they introduce themselves where they were from?
Yeah. I got people from like South Africa. So wrestling is really like one of these global things. And I think That's what it is. Like some of these people, they want to be part of a community to watch this thing together as opposed to just sit down and watch yourself, which is what a lot of us do sometimes, right?
Yeah. Do you plug then the podcast then?
Of course, I always plug the podcast, bro. It's right there, kick to the gut right there, right?
Awesome. That's great, man.
Yeah, it was a very unique experience and something I want to do for WrestleMania as well. The only difference is I have to wake up early for this one.
Oh, yeah. I mean, definitely, I think we will plan something fun for WrestleMania. We might even do a watch party together, whether we do it in person or we might even do it with our patrons. We shall see.
Yeah. But watching it on stream live with everybody was a lot of fun, and it added to the enjoyment, I feel, of the product. Like how it should be watched, right? But let's get down to the actual card itself. Okay, there was a like a kickoff show.
Yes, they had a kickoff match, right?
Oh boy. Kabuki Warriors versus Candice LeRae and Indy Hartwell. At no point did I ever think that Candice LeRae or Indy Hartwell were going to win. Even though Indy is the hometown favorite, it's like there's no reason for them to win.
Yeah, it was kind of predictable, but let me just say, like, the Aussie fans, they are really supportive of their local wrestlers. Indy Hartwell got a hell of a pop, and everything she did had great reactions. I think they really love her. They booed everything that Kabuki Warriors did. so that's very, very interesting. And I think the crowd made the match, at least in my eyes, being there, 10 times more entertaining because of the crowd's reactions.
I agree with you 100%. As we've seen from like other events in the US, right? The Kabuki Warriors, when they come out, it's like no reaction. But here, the crowd was booing them. I was like, oh, wow, okay. Like, it made, like we always talk about, the crowds make the event, like, if you want to judge by a score, you get +2 points for a hot crowd.
How did the Aussie fans translate on camera, like on streaming? Like, did they sound loud?
They sounded loud. They sounded like they were cheering and booing like everything, right?
Yeah.
Where they were supposed to. Well, except for certain few exceptions, which we'll talk about in a bit. Did you enjoy the match while they're live? Were the people into it?
Honestly, I was into the match. It was the first time I actually focused on Indy and Candice LeRae. Right? I thought Indy did a lot of great moves, showcased herself. I think this was the best she looked on the main roster, to be honest.
Yes. No, because she's the hometown hero, right? So I guess also they probably worked it out like, she's going to get most of the shine. Candice was going to be she's going to get beat down and Indy's going to come in for the hot tag. That's the whole formula, right?
You know, Mohamed Daniel, you brought up a great point. Mohamed Daniel said like the entrances alone was worth the price of admission. I agree. Really, the entrances to me added so much. I felt like I was so invested in the wrestlers because of the entrances.
Yeah.
So don't underestimate the power of a really good entrance song or presentation.
It's present. Yeah, no, that's exactly it. It's presentation. It's milking the audience. Because if not, then you'll have to have them rest for an extra 10 minutes. Wow, very sian leh. Very tiring leh.
It is tiring. Yeah. So the match was great, and immediately, the crowd was starting to buzz because, it's a few minutes away from the show starting. And then you know that opening package that they always play before the start of pay-per-view?
Yeah.
Or like, that opening crawl, together forever, that kind of shit. Yeah. So the moment that thing started playing and everyone know that, this is gonna go start to go live already. We're gonna go be live soon. Everyone was rumbling. It rumbled. It felt like, anticipation was great. And then I think as the packages was playing, immediately the chamber was getting lowered, right? So I was before the show started, I was like, where the hell is the chamber? Because I didn't see any chamber, right?
No, it's hiding up there on top of the
it was well hidden.
Yeah.
It was well hidden by the screens, but I was completely shocked that they actually could hide that chamber because the chamber started descending, right?
Yeah.
You know that music that four body.
Yeah.
Bro, everyone was like, rumbling their feet. Everyone was excited, like, holy shit, we're gonna start with a chamber match. So immediately transitioned to the women's match lah.
Right. Okay. Before that though, Kabuki Warriors, Candice LeRae, Indy Hartwell, kickoff show match. Nothing special.
Nothing.
It's just warm up.
Special. It got the crowd hype lah. So I think they did their job in that sense.
Yeah, I thought the Kabuki Warriors, and I've said this a million times about them already. They need to do less dancing around and goofing off and more actually acting
more vicious.
Yeah, actually acting like a threat. Like I thought Asuka's makeup made her look like a deranged Ronald McDonald, actually.
Yeah, the makeup was on point. I liked it. I think Kyrie actually looks great as well. But again, they need to... I think they have more freedom now under Triple H, but they really need to go all out and become vicious, like killers. Especially with whatever they're gonna do with Bailey and Io
maybe
Sky lah.
yeah. Some people don't do well with a little bit more leeway. Some people need to be told to tighten things up, and I think they might be two people like that. Like I don't get the gila, and it's not even a gila in a menacing way. It's gila in a comedic way, and
Goofy way.
goofy, yeah, and they just look goofy. So I'm like, come on, just just be menacing. Be the Asuka that we've seen before. And Kyrie, like the first dude, people who don't watch wrestling on my Twitch channel, they're like the first thing they say, "Wow, she's very pretty."
Who?
Kyrie Sane.
Of course.
And she is. So lean into that, and she can be that silent assassin because she doesn't need to talk, right?
Yeah, she can be like the Mortal Kombat, Melina, very,
Yeah,
like,
mysterious.
Yeah,
Make them serious heels. I think it would serve them much better.
agreed.
Okay, let's get to the main. Well, the first match. It was the Elimination Chamber, the women's match, right? You got Becky Lynch, Bianca Belair, Liv Morgan, Naomi, Raquel Rodriguez, Tiffany Stratton. Like I alluded to earlier. Literally only one heel in the match, and I was a bit worried, like, how are they going to play this off? They only have literally one person to boo, and that person was getting the loudest cheers.
Yeah, so they kind of flipped the script. I think the fans flipped the script.
Yeah.
They made Tiffany the babyface and everyone else the heel.
Yeah, like this is one of those kids, and I don't know if it's an Australia thing or what, but the fans have really gravitated towards Tiffany Stratton. Like, you know that there were a lot of moments where they were trying to push Liv Morgan. You could tell, right? Like, they were trying to make her, like, the focus, and kudos to them for telling this story, but I felt like going in, we were all like, okay, we all know Becky Lynch is going to win.
Yep.
Right?
Yep.
So kudos to them for sort of like making it seem like Liv was gonna win. And every time Liv did something to block Tiffany, like there was a spot where she thwarted Tiffany Stratton's moonsault. Wow, the crowd boo!
Yeah. It was incredible, bro. I think I don't know who laid out the match, but I felt the match was laid out really, really well.
Yes.
Everyone got the time to shine, and I think that also helped everyone to decide who they wanted to boo or cheer. Right? Like, for example, like everyone was booing Raquel Gonzalez.
Which is crazy, right? Oh,
Rodriguez or whatever.
Rodriguez. Does anybody know the answer to this? But Rodriguez, I don't know if you realize, she came out with like very bare face. Very little makeup. Is it like a condition or something?
Yeah, so actually she's been taking some time off the ring, if you realize, because she's having a very bad skin condition that she's kind of in the middle of like cleaning up. Of course, I didn't see it very obviously when I was sitting, but was it obvious on the ring?
Bro, it was 100% because they were focused in on her face, right? And I was like, this is like, she looks like bare. She's not wearing any makeup. I think there's light makeup, but I was wondering like, is this a choice or is it, maybe she had an eye infection? But now that you said she has a skin condition, like, okay, that makes sense then.
Yeah. You just you should see her latest post on Instagram. It was quite bad. Like, it's like those like skin flaking, like peeling away.
I see.
Yeah. But other than that, I mean, the crowd was cold for her or booing her. They weren't interested in her. I was so sad how they treated Naomi, though, in my opinion. Because Naomi started the match like a big deal, was doing great stuff with Becky, but then she kena first to be eliminated. I was shocked that they eliminated her first.
Irvin says apparently Raquel's condition flared up. That's why she wasn't wearing much makeup. No wonder. Okay, makes sense. Yeah, okay, the ones that really stood out to me in this match were Tiffy, Liv, Bianca, and Becky. You're right, like Naomi and Raquel felt like the afterthoughts in this chamber.
Yeah, I like that Liv played up the heel tendencies really, really well. I think she can be a great heel.
I think she should just go heel.
Yeah, just go heel. Because I think she has that crazy, a bit of that, what's the Joker's girlfriend's name?
Harley Quinn.
Very Harley Quinn, like the way she smiles can be menacing. Bianca was a star in the way she just was so athletic. She was doing so many great things. I think everyone was impressed by her athleticism.
Yes. Hang on. I just had a thought about Liv Morgan's character.
Yeah.
Going off of what you said, I think she could be like, get her into a. Okay. This is the days of our lives writer in me.
Okay.
But like, get her into like a crazy ex-girlfriend role. What do you think? I think she could pull that off.
Isn't that what they were trying to do with her with Lana, remember?
Oh, yeah. Well, that one was just hinted at lah. They can't really go full on like a lesbian angle, right? But like have her play up an actual romance with one of the wrestlers, and then have her like be super like, I don't know, crazy, vindictive. Like, I think she can pull that off.
She can. I think she can do like what Irvin said, like a Nikki Cross, like
Okay, well, Nikki Cross is like crazy, like not like conniving crazy.
She looks like she can be in the what's that movie where when it goes dark, then like they let 12 hours people become violent for no reason, like
Perch.
they the Purge. Like she got
Yeah,
a bit of that Purge character, like
Yeah,
just
yeah.
killing people for fun. Yeah, she's great in that role. Like I said, Bianca impressed everybody with her athleticism. I think the guy beside me was an Australian guy was saying like, man, she's so strong, man. Like she's
Yeah.
just a beast, right?
Bro, psychotic ex-girlfriend. That's what people are saying in chat. Also, Irvin says, make Liv stalk Montez. Yes! Yes! Make her obsessed over Montez so that Liv and Bianca can feud.
Love and WWE season 2.
Oh, by the way, I tried to watch. Bro, after one episode, I was bored, bro.
Okay, so they are a boring couple.
No, they're not. They're interesting. I don't know if it's the presentation. They are it's too wholesome a show. See, that's the problem. I think because WWE is in this point right now where everything has to be very professional, right? Like, when they do their, like, the Total Divas, there's a lot of scandal. There's a lot of tea. Bitchiness, right? There's very little bitchiness in
this era.
Yeah, they are a cute couple, don't get me wrong, but it's very wholesome. And you know what? We should promote wholesome relationships and not like toxic relationships. So maybe that's a good thing.
You want toxic, you go watch Love is Blind, bro. Love is Blind, my new guilty pleasure, bro.
But you see, that's why those shows work, because it's toxic. It's them playing up all these like cattiness and backstabbing and stuff like that. Yeah, you want drama. Exactly. You want drama in a reality show. And unfortunately, Love in WWE doesn't have it.
Unfortunately. Well, but you know what? That is a very, very interesting idea. I would love to see Liv as that crazy ex-girlfriend, right? Just one more thing. Yeah, Tiffany Stratton with that swanton. I think the crowd just jumped off of it. It was such a smooth and graceful swanton, bro.
Yeah, dude, like somebody commented on my chat, bro. It's like she does the flip right at the last second, which is how Jeff used to do it.
Yeah. You know why it's called a swanton, bro?
Why?
Because it looks like a swan dive.
No, exactly. It looks like swan dive, then halfway, like, right at the last moment, they flip over to do the senton.
That's why it's not a senton, it's a swanton, because it looks like a swan dive.
Yeah.
She really captures the swan, like her legs were graceful, bro. I just don't know how to explain it. It was just a very graceful dive.
It was a thing of beauty, and I think she definitely won the crowd over. Maybe the Aussies were already predisposed to loving Tiffany Stratton, but I see big things in her future on the main roster.
The two big moves that popped the crowd from where I was sitting was that swan dive and Liv Morgan's, like, you know what I'm talking about?
Jumps off the pod where she S-bumps. Who was it already? Was it Bianca or was it Becky?
I can't remember.
I know what you're talking about, but there was also a spot I heard the crowd just break out laughing.
Oh, is it? Which
do
one?
you remember the spot where I can't remember? I think it was Bianca trying to superplex Becky, and then Liv comes over and starts like,
oh yeah, beating her ass, beating her ass, like
smacking her
ass. Yeah.
And I heard the crowd just cracked up laughing.
You could hear it through the
Yes.
network.
Nice. Because it looked so comedic and stupid lah.
Yeah. We were all commenting on the audience like, beat her ass. Funny.
She looks like she was just playing drums on
playing
Bianca's
bongos
butt.
Yeah. It was funny. I love it. So honestly, like the way the match ended, I thought it was a great ending sequence. Like they tease Bianca winning, Liv winning, and then suddenly from behind, Becky got the win. People weren't happy on my end that Becky won though.
I think it's the boring choice. But I think they did the best out of that situation. Like we always say, right? Even though something is predictable doesn't mean it's bad. And I think they tried to make a predictable situation good by swerving you back and forth. Because the whole time, I thought Liv was going to win. I really believed that, the way they're playing this out, Liv is going to win. They subverted it right at the end. Bam. Becky Lynch got the manhandle slam.
Yeah. I think this is the best way to do predictable winners, Like if everybody know this person is going to win, right? Just subvert it the whole entire match.
Yes. So they actually put out the poster for WrestleMania. I'm going to try to pull it up for you because have you seen this?
No, I have not.
Rhea versus Becky, so that's going to be the match, right? And they posted it on their social media and I was like, what? This looks like the worst edit I've ever seen. I don't know if it's legit.
Oh no.
Okay, I think I have it.
On WWE?
Yes, so this is the official poster. What is going on with Rhea's face?
What the fuck?
And Becky's face. This is the official poster.
It's like her face kena squash like that.
Yeah, like who edited this?
What the hell? Najwan, if you're in the chat, please fix this, bro.
Yeah, like what did they purposely push their chin out or something like that? Because Becky looks like she's doing this, like underbite, and then the way Rhea's hair is, it's like lining her jaw. I'm like, look, I am no expert at Photoshop by any means, but my God, this is a weird looking poster.
Yeah, somebody needs to fix that shit. I think generative AI can do a better job, bro.
Like, what happened here, man? Like,
Yeah,
usually
man.
their promo videos and posters are quite on point. This one a bit
Quite
cannot make it.
clean. Okay, I didn't know about that. But you know what? Rhea and Becky still gonna be a big match. I mean, Becky is a great veteran.
Yeah.
I think this is a way to solidify Rhea even more as the biggest star, women's star in their company, man.
I think that is exactly what they're aiming for. Becky doesn't need to push, right? And here's the interesting thing, because, and we've talked about it before, we'll talk about it later when Rhea's in the main event, but like, without the Judgment Day, she's a massive babyface.
Yes.
So going into WrestleMania, are we gonna see subtle heel turns from Becky? Becky's played heel before, right? So
Yeah.
and like Becky doesn't need to win it again at WrestleMania. So I'm like,
That's my question, because Philadelphia is a very smart crowd.
Yeah.
So I'm wondering whether they should flip them babyface and heel ready, or are they gonna play up Becky as this babyface trying to conquer this bad ass heel? I'm not sure.
yeah, I think if anything, this is WWE giving Rhea the moment. I think she needs that moment to catapult her into the stratosphere. And this is it.
Honestly, keep her heel though. Like, keep her as a badass.
No, don't have her going around hugging, kissing babies and changing her character, lah. You know?
No, don't. Just keep her badass. Even if you want to make her like the one people support.
Yeah.
Like, just let her, because I think somebody did a very great comparison. Imagine Rocky Balboa, like Beck versus Ivan Drago, right?
Yeah.
How Rocky is like, Becky Lynch, he's this underdog, but then Mami is like this undefeatable Russian. I don't even care about my opponent. I'm gonna be the best, and that dynamic can lead to WrestleMania. I think that would be quite cool.
There you go. Okay, I enjoyed the hell out of the match. Honestly, because of its predictability, I had low expectations for it, but it subverted my expectations, and I enjoyed it.
A really great women's match, chamber match, in my opinion.
To me, Tiffany Stratton really shone in this match, and the crowd added to her, to her rising star, lah, basically.
Yeah, I hope Tiffany gets a great spot, whether it's not at WrestleMania, at least on SmackDown. I hope she does eventually become a champion soon.
Yeah. Let's move on. Judgment Day versus the New Catch Republic. Okay, so it's always, whenever Dom is out there, right, the question is, are they sweetening the audio a bit? Is the crowd really that loud? Bro, you were there. What was the crowd like when Dom got on the mic?
I can confirm to you, swear to God, to my God, my Muslim God, they are legitimately booing the shit out of him. I couldn't hear him from where I was sitting, and he was on the mic, he was screaming. The moment he opened his mouth, the whole stadium was booing him. Yes, correct.
I think two things are happening. One, yes, crowds are definitely booing him. But I think they also purposely turned his mic down, right? They softened him up a bit just to make it sound like the crowd is overwhelming him.
Bro, I mean, if this is magic tricks, like I appreciate, man. I don't want to be spoiled. I don't want to be.
Okay.
I don't want to be broken by the mystique of it. But
the reality,
we are doing our part. The fans were booing the shit. I tell you, I looked across the arena, around the entire arena. Everyone and their mother had their hands up doing this, or like freaking middle fingers and up there and all that.
So, also hello to everybody who's just joined us on the podcast. Zayden is like, today Tuesday. No, we're doing a special Monday episode. I want to give a shout out to Fias as well, who hung out during my live watch along during Elimination Chamber. Appreciate you. Sahus, Fodamaka. Chin Long, I think Chin Long, you are a bit late in the podcast. You know when you come in watching it a bit early, so that's why his comments are like a bit off. Talking about Liv going full AJ Lee. Yeah, there you go. There's a great comparison.
Yeah. Hey, Zayden, it's Monday, so it's just Monday. It's not
Yes.
a permanent change, guys. I'm just back because I'm still on leave, so I
Yeah.
want to get this podcast out of the way.
Yeah,
but
get
yeah,
all the
bro,
information out fresh. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, the chanting was legit. At least on my end, I saw everyone was booing, and I know somebody mentioned that the screen or the feed got blacked out.
Yes.
What's up with
So while watching the feed, right, suddenly the audio was still there, but suddenly the screen went black. So I was like, "What's going on? Is it my my stream on the network?" Then I read that apparently the entire front row was flipping him the bird, and they just didn't want to show it. I was like, "Cannot flip bird, man."
Hilarious, man. I don't know. Okay, I tell you, Australians are very creative because on my side of the section, right, they were chanting, "Dom is a wanker."
Clap. Yeah, no, I heard that.
Yeah, I mean very loud. So the wanker chants are very. I think maybe they might have blipped it in UK lah, because that's like a bad word in UK, right?
I know Finn was like telling everybody, "Hey, that's not PG. That's not." Poor Finn.
Yeah. So I think Finn knows, like, because in Ireland probably they say that a lot as well. So the crowd hit for Dom was legitimately nuclear hit, bro. So that's that. Wait, how was the New Catch Republic song? I was trying to wonder how it translates on on TV, bro.
I don't remember it. Okay. Look, we've talked about how the New Catch Republic is kind of a you kind of name, right? But also at the same time, I feel like this match really put them on the map. Look, so immediately after the match finished, and if you watch my reactions, I posted a TikTok video, by the way. Go check out our TikTok account. Follow our TikTok account if you haven't. But I put up some reaction videos while matches were happening. And the first thing I said was, it feels like NXT Black and Gold, where teams who go out there and have bangers of matches. The stories, they're kind of there, like you didn't really know who they were because they were still in NXT, right?
Yep.
But after the match, you felt like, oh wow, they really let them go out there and show out. And this is what I thought happened in this match.
They showed out, bro. Watching it live was amazing, bro. And you gotta understand, right?
Yeah.
Everyone around me was assuming this was like a toilet break match, right? Everyone was like, oh, okay, you're gonna go. A lot of people like actually left at the start of the match to get to the toilet or buy food or blah blah blah. But by the end of the match, I tell you, everyone was glued.
Yep.
Everyone was cheering the heck out of like Tyler Bate, Pete Dunne, and I was like scanning the crowd and seeing some of like the women who I'm pretty sure they were really into the wrestling or they're just watching it as an experience. They were legitimately doing this when like Pete Dunne was doing all the cracks.
Yeah.
The cracks, and then like when the big strong boy was doing the airplane spin, people were counting along.
Yeah.
And then like they were so great and smooth. They were like little, I don't know, man, like hyenas, the way they were attacking.
They were like pit bulls, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
They built this match very well. Again, I legitimately thought that New Catch Republic were gonna win when they hit the their tag team move, the Burning Hammer. It's a burning hammer, but they are from Birmingham, so Burning Hammer. Yeah,
that was great. That was a great move.
So, dude, I legit was like, oh my god, they're freaking gonna win. Of course they didn't. I also want to say, like, Finn gets. I feel like Finn gets Pete Dunne's gimmick. Because I don't know if you noticed, at the end of it, he was still freaking selling the photo. And then, I don't know, there was some bleeding or whatever it was happening. So I legit thought that Finn had his fingers broken by Pete Dunne. I mean, I've read the reports. Apparently, like, he's fine, there's no injury there. But in the moment, I was like, what, did Pete Dunne really break his fingers? Because, he had some blood and he was really selling the shit out of his hand.
Yeah. It was amazing. Like, and I think I know why, bro. Like, 3 out of 4 of them are from the British scene.
Yeah.
So they've wrestled each other probably a bunch of times, right? Between Tyler Bate, Pete Dunne, and Finn, right? And I like that they had one time big size guy like a Damian Priest kind of holding things down. So like he was a great base for them to kind of like bounce around and do a lot of crazy stuff around him. So this match was low-key my favorite match of the night. Like legitimately, I was so impressed. And because I didn't have any expectations. But I think the way Pete Dunne and Pete Dunne and Tyler Bate like came together was great as a tag team. I'm just so sad that Pete Dunne just left a shitty name to join another shitty name.
From the Brawling Brutes to the New Catch Republic. Okay, I will say that this was the best wrestled match.
Yeah, best wrestling match for sure. Best wrestling match, yeah.
There was one moment though, I don't know if you caught it.
Oh,
Like,
I know which you're talking about. I know which you're talking about.
I hesitate to use the B word, but it was quite like glaring. Yeah. Okay. So the moment was supposed to be. I can't remember. It was Damian Priest was supposed to have been flung or thrown into the turnbuckle.
It was a Hurricanrana.
Hurricanrana. Yes. Thank you very much. But I think his knee went down. He buckled a little bit, so he fell short of the turnbuckle. So he had to get up, stumble towards the turnbuckle to knock down the Finn Balor.
It was hilarious. Bro, everyone
no.
saw and recognized it as a Bosch. My entire section was laughing like it's
Oh,
a Dave Chappelle comedy show. It's like,
oh,
oh my
no.
god, he stood up. Why did he stand up again?
Because that was the spot, right? He was supposed to have
know.
fallen into Finn to crotch Finn, but then he missed the. Oh my! I felt bad. I legit felt. I'm like, oh shit! I know what they were supposed to do, but they effed it.
Yeah, it was fucking funny. But I think the match was so great that I think people forgive it and kind of laugh it off.
Yeah. No,
yeah,
I think it was an incredible match. Ultimately, most people will forget that part, but they'll remember the finish.
I do hope they really give more matches to catch people because I actually enjoy their kind of tag team wrestling, like fast pace. They were doing they were doing turnbuckle moves one after the other. Like, it was fun.
I mean, okay, has there ever been a character in the WWE where it's like people are afraid to fight him because, he may not have a great win-loss record, but every time you go up against him, you come out injured, quote unquote.
Pete Dunne lah, basically Pete Dunne.
Yeah, right. Like I feel like there is something there. Like, people like, he might not have won, but every time you fight Pete Dunne, your finger broken, your ankle broken, your toes broken, something like that, like, So much so that people don't want to fight him and he becomes feared. I feel like, has there ever been a character like that?
I would say Benoit for a while was that because he was the crippler, ma. He was known as the crippler, the guy who broke Sabu's neck, and then like everyone was scared to be in the ring with him.
Yeah.
But to go all out, I think that is a great way to explore his character. Like somebody who is, I don't want to mess with Pete Dunne, right? In the ring.
Yeah. So I don't know. Maybe there's something to that. And right now, I do feel Tyler Bate is a bit bland.
Yeah, that's what I thought, right? I didn't know anything much about Tyler Bate, but in this match, especially seeing him live, the crowd can get behind him just by his in-ring work, to be really, really honest. Like,
is he because he's a smaller guy, so he's got that underdog vibe to him, is it?
Yeah, but that big strong boy thing, I think he can really run with it because he was doing the airplane speed, like the crowd was legitimately in awe. And also they love, that he did that there's this damn cool move that he does where he kind of runs to the rope and then he kind of like flung his head there.
Like the rebound, the shoulder rebound or whatever you want to call it.
So people who didn't know what he was doing legitimately thought he got tangled up in the ropes.
Yeah.
And then when he kind of like swung back and then like clothesline the guy, everyone was like, oh my god, that was amazing.
Yeah.
But
I mean, the thing is, if we see him do that a lot, you'll get used to it.
I know it's the Young Bucks problem, right? But he
Irvin
needs
says
to develop the personality for sure. Sorry.
Irvin says Ken Shamrock. Okay. Yeah, world's most dangerous man, sort of a vibe. Yeah, that makes sense. Like he didn't necessarily win a lot, but you're like, oh, is this Xiao Lang? Is this guy who's gonna break me in half? Guy.
I think Tyler Bate can also benefit from what we told Lavin in his Grapplemax match, right? If he can develop a personality on top of his already great in-ring work, it's gonna be amazing. Yeah.
I enjoyed the hell out of this match, and like I said, the ending shot of Finn just holding on to his hand like, oh my god, it's so effed up right now. And I don't know where the blood comes from because when you break someone's finger, technically the bone is broken. Where the blood come from? So maybe he had some blood. He was like, hey, let's make this look cool and put it on his finger. Whatever he did. It was a great visual, and I feel like maybe he did that on purpose to really put them over. And well done.
They should make it blue and black if they really want to go all out with that. But
do the Cody, the red tete, but red finger, like, you effed up my fingers. I can't wrestle next week on Raw.
Yeah, that would be really, really cool. But, bro, it's great. Another great tag team match. And I think Triple H loves tag team wrestling, bro. Trying to make it come back.
Let's go. Okay, let's talk about the men's Elimination Chamber match. Okay, so here's another case. This is exactly the same as the women's, right? In that it was quite obvious who was going to win. It's just, all right, what is the journey you're going to take me on in this, right?
Yeah.
Initial thoughts, who really stood out to you here?
Man, Okay, first of all, who didn't stand out? Bobby Lashley. Bobby Lashley, poor fellow. Like, everyone was impressed by his entrance. Like when they saw him live, like what a beast.
Bro, what about when he like ran Logan Paul through like the glass plate thing? Like
The
he had
spear
a lot
thing,
of
right?
a lot of physical moments.
Wait, was he legitimately injured? Do you see that he was injured from that
Okay.
spear?
So here's the thing, right? And the second it happened and he got pinned and he was eliminated, right? And they took forever to get him out. Immediately I was like, someone's gonna come in. Like they've done this so many times.
I
Every
see.
time they play an injury angle in the Elimination Chamber, you're like, somebody is gonna come in and screw around with the finish. And wasn't it Logan Paul who did it last year? When the door was
Yes.
open, he came in to top Xiao, right? So I mean, yeah, that's exactly what happened. That's how LA Knight was eliminated. He got beat the F up by a surprise AJ Styles.
I see. Okay, so you're saying that this was just a work. He really just was playing out the injury so that he
Yeah.
can bring in what do you call it, AJ Styles. Yes. No, but I think again credit to Bobby Lashley, I guess, because we really fell for it. Like everyone around me was like, okay, I think he fucked up his arm when he goes
Right.
spear him.
Well, do you know somebody else who really did a great job of selling? And I don't know if it's because he has a history of back injuries, but Randy Orton.
Ooh,
At one point,
yeah.
he was like hiding in a corner for very long. We were all like, did
Worried.
did he like catch a stinger on his lower back or something like
Yeah.
that?
Yeah. Randy was amazing. I think from the moment he came out, I mean, I was there for his entrance, right?
Yeah.
So when voices started blaring out, everyone just erupted. Like
Of course.
I think Randy has the respect of the audience, the fans nowadays. Like he's just a big deal. So when he came out, I really thought Randy was gonna win. Like the way they laid out the match, I almost believed Randy was gonna win, like how you believe Liv was gonna win. It was just well done.
Yeah, same. Me too. So the whole thing, freaking Logan Paul.
Yeah.
Everything from him taking a marker and like writing Kevin Owens sucks and drawing a picture of Kevin Owens on the glass. Like everything really plays into his character. He's doing this so well.
Yeah.
You gotta love hating him.
No, Logan Paul, I think he was the biggest person that everyone booed like in this match and maybe even the entire night, right? Like I didn't really saw his antics about him playing the marker from where I was sitting, maybe because it's just too small.
Well, you know, here's the thing. I give WWE credit for it. They didn't make it a big deal. But it's like in the background you can see, did he draw Kevin Owens sucks? You know?
Yeah. It was well done. And I think like the whole time everyone was just waiting for Logan to come out just to get beaten up. Like I couldn't wait, right? They really teased us with that. They made I think LA Knight, right, start off the match with Drew.
Yeah.
LA Knight was another guy that got great reactions from the audience. Everyone was like, yeah. It's a thing, bro. He's a thing. He's gonna be stuck with it forever, like how Stone Cold is. And then like remember there was this one time where I think he was trying to do like a superplex, and then like Drew counter, and everyone was like, Nana.
Oh, right.
It was funny. So like everyone was like kind of in the moment enjoying that. And then when Logan Paul finally came out and Kevin Owens kind of like stopped him and beat his ass, the crowd was so happy. So Logan is doing a great job as a heel. Everyone was there for you.
You kind of knew right from the get-go, I was like, Logan Paul is going to come out last. Just to save, just to build up, like, you know, that pressure cooker, build up the heat. Like, because they know people want to see him get his ass kicked, right? So you build it up. Finally, he's out. Oh, he's the last one. He comes out. He's all cocky and he gets his ass handed to him.
Exactly, right? So I thought it was perfect. I mean, I was expecting it actually, to be honest, to do like a more incredible dive, like maybe climb up like John Morrison, climb up the top of the chamber or dive. But I guess he was fine, what he did.
I think, we can't expect that every single time out of him. I think what he did create a viral moment. That RKO was beautiful.
Oh, yeah. Oh my God. Okay, so that thing, right?
Yeah.
That whole sequence where he was like, like at the screen, like doing all his posturing, and then out of nowhere, RKO already did the RKO, right? I thought everyone laughed their ass off. Everyone was like, yes, Randy, yes. And then thank you, Randy. All the chance came out for that moment, man.
It was just perfectly executed, and the cameraman just zoomed right into his face. You know that hateable face, the cocky face. He has the brass knucks. Oh, he's gonna pull it off again. He's gonna, screw our favorite wrestlers out of a chance again, and then bam, he eats the RKO. It was a beautiful moment. It's a viral moment. There you go. That's why you have Logan Paul, right?
Yeah, and I think I remember an episode when Randy and Logan did an impulsive episode, and he even mentioned to Randy, like, before I even watched wrestling and know anything about wrestling, I always saw your RKO out of nowhere.
The memes
and trying trends when he was on Vine, and then he said that got him into wrestling to learn more about him, and
wow.
so Logan has really, show his admiration and been very upfront about express his respect for Randy. So I think this could be a way where Randy's like, I want to put this kid over, and that's why, they did what they did.
Put this kid over. Okay, that's interesting that you said that. And we'll get to the ramifications for WrestleMania in just a bit. But that finishing sequence, can we talk about that finishing sequence?
Let's do it.
I want to know the crowd reaction, because while I was watching it, I was like, oh shit, here we go, right? Like, you had Drew sort of like towering over Randy, and Randy's like struggling to get up. And then instinctively, because we've watched wrestling all our lives, we are like, this is where Randy's going to RKO him and he's going to beat him, right? This is the moment, right? And then he does it, and we're like, oh, here we go, Randy's going to win. And then Logan Paul with the brass knucks hits Randy Orton. Did you guys see that happening?
Yeah. So when I was, towards the last stretch of the match, when Randy was down selling his bag, and then suddenly you said like Drew towering over him, the way Drew was being positioned, everyone on my section thought, holy shit, is he going to do the punt kick?
Oh,
is he going to bring back the punt? Because the way he was at the corner and all that, right? So everyone thought he was going to do the punt. And then when it wasn't the case, and then he did the RKO, that was when I was like, oh my god, this is it. Randy's going to win. Randy's going to win. Nobody saw Logan Paul, at least on the big screen, right?
Yeah.
So everyone was focused on the big screen. Nobody saw that Logan Paul was still in the ring or still in the chamber. So when he whacked Randy in the face, right, with the brass nut, it was a legitimate shock to everyone. So everyone was like, damn it, Logan Paul, damn it.
So they really did, once again, they subverted our expectations. Because they had us feeling that, okay, Randy's going to hit the RKO here. He's just playing possum. And it's 3D chess at this point, right? Because they know that they're like, okay, people are going to expect that Randy pulls off the RKO here. And so we'll let him do that. But then we subvert again with Logan Paul still being in the ring.
Yeah, that's why I thought that Randy was going to win, because Drew was really rocked by the RKO. Yeah. But then when Drew kind of got the cheap victory, as I would say, it also it makes sense. Drew needed to go to WrestleMania, but I was so happy in how the match was played out that I didn't think that Drew was going to win it. Yeah. But it was like a last gasp victory, right?
Once again, another quote-unquote predictable finish, but they brought us on a ride. They subverted our expectations, almost led us down the path of, you think this is going to happen? And then they actually gave it to us. Yeah,
I'm so happy with it. And honestly, I'm very unsure about Randy versus Logan for WrestleMania.
Yeah. So we're talking about the ramifications for WrestleMania, right? So obviously this sets up Drew McIntyre versus Seth Rollins, which we've already sort of guessed will happen. This also sets up AJ Styles versus LA Knight. Yep. Was this the match we wanted to see?
Well, it makes sense in storyline, right? Because AJ Styles' match was costed. He didn't get into the chamber because of LA Knight. LA Knight cost him the match, so he wants revenge. It makes sense on the storyline. But honestly, my heart of hearts, I actually wanted LA Knight to fight Logan Paul for the US title.
I think we all wanted to see that. I think we all wanted LA Knight to get that Hollywood, that, influencer rub, which... Unfortunately, don't hate me for saying this, but I feel like AJ Styles, we all know what an incredible worker he is, right? But has he ever had a definitive WrestleMania moment?
Not really. I mean, he retained the title against Shinsuke Nakamura.
But we all, and here's the thing, everyone thought that was going to be an epic, Wrestle
Kingdom
match, and it just kind of fell flat. So AJ Styles, I feel, has never had that definitive WrestleMania moment. Maybe LA Knight is the guy to give it to him.
Maybe. I mean, it's a battle of two veterans. honestly, LA Knight needs the win. And I think beating AJ Styles, a former world champion, will put him back in title contention. So I think this is like a few years ago there was the Edge versus AJ Styles match as well.
Yeah, that
know,
was kind
it-
of like,
okay only lah. But it was just a battle of two veterans. They needed that veteran match somewhere lah. But I'm more curious about why Randy wants to go down the US title route when
yeah.
he's a world champion contender. I feel it's a step down for Randy actually.
No, so that's the other thing, right? So now you got Randy Orton and Logan Paul. The question is KO out of the picture already, or is it going to be like Fiaz mentioned, a triple threat? And like
Yes.
you also just brought up, isn't this a downgrade for Randy Orton? Why does he need a US title shot? It's
Yeah.
not about the title, or it shouldn't be about the title. Maybe at some point leading up to WrestleMania, somebody can cost Logan Paul the title. So, like, he doesn't need the title to be on the line here against Randy.
Yeah, I know that's the thing. I feel like it's also unfair to Kevin Owens, right?
Yeah,
Kevin
yeah.
Owens' business is still unfinished with Logan Paul.
Yeah.
So to insert Randy at this point, I feel like a bit too soon. This can be a different story all along. I would rather prefer Kevin Owens have that one more shot at Logan Paul at WrestleMania than
Same.
to have Randy involved and have. But then, if I think about it, where else does Randy go? Randy doesn't have any other very obvious opponent if it's not Logan Paul. Like, who else can Randy face at this point in his career? I think this is where Randy needs to put over new talent. He's at the stage of a career where he's a guy who wants to put over new talent. Maybe this could be actually a decision between Randy and Logan Paul. Like, maybe Randy's taken a liking to Logan. Say like, oh, this guy reminds me of me, fresh, young guy, about to have the whole world in the palm of his hands. Let me make this guy. Maybe that's what he's thinking.
So what you're saying is Randy loses to Logan Paul at WrestleMania.
Catapults him to the world title picture somehow.
I absolutely hear what you're saying, but I also feel like, does Logan Paul really need he's quite up there already. I feel like he doesn't even need the rub at this point. I feel like LA Knight needs the rub of Logan Paul a little bit more, So it's weird, it's weird. Hey, what if Sami Zayn gets involved somehow? Kevin Owens, Sami Zayn.
Yeah.
Make it feel four-way. Because
where
Sami
does
Zayn,
Sami Zayn in the picture, right?
Yeah,
he's not even
he's-
in the picture recently.
unless he goes up against Gunther for the Intercontinental title.
Yeah. Well, we shall see. We shall see. Either way, it's unpredictable, and I like the fact that up until today we are still predicting of fantasy booking what's gonna happen at WrestleMania because it's not that obvious. So
Yeah.
if Logan and Randy can tell a great story or like a legend killer and the new legend killer, that might be an interesting thing to sell.
Oh, yeah, maybe he might try to, like you said, steal his legend killer gimmick and just get rid of Randy Orton, huh?
Yeah, that'll be interesting.
So where does this leave Kevin Owens and Bobby Lashley goes on to the kickoff show to face off against Karrion Kross. There you go.
Let them have a street fight, Philadelphia street fight between the two factions, right?
Oh my God, the Street Profits and what was that? But what's Bobby Lashley's nickname?
They know it, Almighty.
The Almighty Prophets. There you go. The Almighty Prophets versus the Final Testament.
Final Testament. Oh my God, the name
I can't
doesn't even
remember.
resonate.
No. Yeah, but dude, at this point, New Catch Republic is a better name.
Yeah. You know what? I'm gonna. It will grow on me lah. Somehow, like Gunther grew on us, right? So
Yeah.
maybe.
We just got used to it. So there you go. There's your men's Elimination Chamber match. Let's talk about the main event. And wow.
Wait, bro.
Oh.
We missed something, bro.
Yeah, of
We
course.
missed something.
How could we? The Grayson Waller effect. I was surprised they kicked it off with Austin Theory. And I thought, okay, this is what I called. I thought that they would do an impromptu tag team match. But I guess they didn't. Because I was like, why is Austin Theory even in Perth? He's technically not in a match, right?
Yeah, he's not. Was it a way for WWE to make Grayson Waller still a babyface in Australia?
Yes. No, that's exactly why they did that. They needed a heel to get beat down, and they didn't want to inadvertently turn the crowd against Cody and Seth. So you notice Grayson, because as I was watching, I was like, why isn't Grayson Waller sticking up for his friend? I was like, because if he starts fighting with Seth and Cody, then the crowd will boo Seth and Cody, and they don't want that. So I think it was a very deliberate ploy. I mean, not ploy, but it was deliberately done to get the crowd still cheering for the good guys, but also not turning them by accident.
Yeah. Can I be honest? Yeah, okay. I'm just waiting for you to acknowledge. Can I be honest? Okay.
Right. Go ahead. Yeah, sure.
I was really disappointed by this whole segment.
Oh, that's because, okay, here's the thing. I feel like a lot of people had expectations of Roman Reigns, of The Rock. And I think so that was the major. Oh, by the way, Jason just mentioned men's EC Chamber review ended up without talking about the winner. Poor Drew, we didn't talk about Drew. Okay lah, Drew. I mean, we
Drew
said,
win lah. Okay lah.
you also said why he needed the win to move on to WrestleMania, and he got the fireworks and everything. That's great. Okay, and I remember I said this during the watch along. He deserves a WrestleMania moment, especially after he basically held the company up. Not in a bad way. He put the company on his back during the pandemic era, and nobody was there for him in real life because it was the pandemic era, right? So he deserves, even now as a heel, he gets to feel it in a live setting, and I think he deserves it. And Seth, Seth will give him a great match, and Seth needs to go off for his surgery, right?
My question is our dear senior Money in the Bank gonna ruin Drew's moment, or that's the question.
There you go. So that is the big question. And when is his contract coming? When is the expiry date on that briefcase? For crying out loud, it has to be soon, right?
Probably the next Money in the Bank, so July. I don't know.
Is it? Okay, yeah. But okay, let's talk about the Grayson Waller effect. I know you were disappointed. What was the feeling in the crowd? Were they disappointed as well? Did you feel like
Okay, you know what? Even though we are personally disappointed, but I think this is great for The Rock's heel character to not show up. It's perfect, right? Because the nice guy Rock, the one that want to please everyone, will definitely come. Make everyone happy. But the fact that he teased coming, but then never show up, it's like, oh yeah, fuck this guy. He's not my people's champion anymore, right? So it's perfect in that way.
No, it works.
Yeah, but you know what I wished though? I wished if he was gonna go full Hollywood Rock. Wouldn't it have been even better if you were to appear via satellite?
Yeah, or even a video package, right? Where he suddenly shows up face big on the screen, and cuts a heel promo.
Correct. Talk shit about, Australian crowd, or I always wanted to fly 23 hours, but then I decided, I can't be bothered. Something like that. Just something to kind of piss off the crowd, make a great reaction, and then then after that they can continue back to the live ring segment, right? So I'm disappointed there was no Paul Heyman, no Bloodline mention, nothing from the Bloodline. It's very interesting.
See, I feel like that's because people had expectations, and I fully 100% did not expect The Rock or the Bloodline to show up, and so I wasn't disappointed lah.
You can't blame me because literally, the front paper on the newspaper and the local newspaper in Australia was like, sports section, will The Rock show up tonight?
Wow!
Even the newspaper were bought into it, bro.
Because they have to go for the biggest headline, The Rock is the biggest superstar in the world. So it makes sense for them to put that as a headline. I thought it was a really brilliant segment. So you had Cody Rhodes call out The Rock. I want you one-on-one. And then Seth Rollins was like, I'll have your back, blah, 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 because, with the Bloodline, it's never one-on-one. So they didn't announce a tag team match. They teased something along the lines, but they didn't go out and say, okay, tag team. So there's no official tag team match yet. Which is the rumor for night one, right? You got Rock and Roman versus Seth and Cody. But nope, it's not happening.
Well, I think they've given it away the plan with the Super Bowl trailer. I mean, very obvious, right? The two of them, I mean, it's gonna be like a Bloodline versus Cody and Seth, and then in the night 2 we'll have all the title matches. I think that's the way. But my question is, how does this match end with everyone coming out looking good? That's my only question.
Right.
Yeah, because if Rock wins and then Cody gets pinned, or their team lose, then Cody just lost at WrestleMania. So is he gonna stack the deck even more? Will he even win at his match itself?
Yeah. Well, I mean, if the Rock's team wins, right? If Bloodline wins, then Cody is going to win at WrestleMania. Has to be what? They can't have 2 losses in a row. Wow, them sad. See, that's why honestly, I am not buying the concept of the tag team match for night 1. I don't think that should happen. I don't even think The Rock is ready to be back in the ring, to be honest.
So do you think Cody versus Rock will happen as a singles match or what?
I don't think so at all. Okay, first of all, it can't be a singles match because we all know Rock blew up with 5 minutes in the ring with Jinder. So no, you know what I mean? So,
but the tag team match helps him kind of cover up a lot of his weaknesses. So it makes sense from a physical standpoint to have that tag team match, right?
But okay, can you imagine 2 nights in a row the headliner is Rock and Cody in some shape or fashion? It's a bit annoying, right?
that's the whole end game situation, right? They want to make it like a overblown storyline that dominates everything. I mean, it will make everything else look like not a big deal, lah. But
Yeah.
the thing is, like, it is the biggest storyline going into WrestleMania 40. I think it should bleed into both nights, in my opinion.
Do you think they would give away on Raw? A tag team match on Raw? No?
They
They can't, right?
Unless
It could-
it's like a big Raw before WrestleMania, like a Madison Square Garden, but I don't think they're doing that.
Like, it could be like they could aim for like the highest rated Raw ever to have, like, that tag team. I don't know. But yeah, I guess, yeah, they shouldn't give away on free TV. You're right.
Yeah,
you're
they
right.
shouldn't. I mean, The Rock's first match back in like almost a decade. Nah, I don't think so. I don't think so.
Okay, so you had Austin Theory aping all of The Rock's catchphrases, and then he gets beat up. Dude, did you see the way he sold the stomp?
Yeah, it was so good.
Bro, he essentially did like a half headstand, right? When he
Yeah.
took the stomp. I'm like, oh my god.
Yeah, that was incredible. I mean, that was like a Mortal Kombat finisher. Okay. I mean, Austin Theory is amazing as a wrestler, in my opinion. Great in-ring worker. Just settle with this shitty... He's the fall guy in every single situation, which is unfortunate, but
Yeah.
he's great. So I hope he gets the chance.
You know what? I feel like they are really putting him through his paces, making him earn his stripes. Because
Better
they've
than
already,
the previous time, right?
yeah, they shot him straight into the main event, main roster. Remember with Vince McMahon, he was like another chosen one, another Drew situation, right? But he wasn't ready for the limelight. So now they're like, okay, let's make him work for it. Let's make sure, we round him out a little bit more, give him a few more years before we put him back into the main event picture. I think it will help him both as a performer and as a person, as a company man, lah.
In the long run. But with whatever that just transpired in Australia, do you think Grayson Waller and Austin Theory will have like a blow-off match? Are they gonna feud?
I see. That's the thing, right? Like, so the idea is, did Grayson Waller subtly turn face? I think not. I think it's only because, like we talked about, they were in Australia and they didn't want the crowd to boo Seth and Cody if Grayson Waller started, defending his friend, right? I think that would have been counterproductive.
Well, we shall see what happens. But I think either way, they make everyone like a big deal in this match. Like Cody's entrance was amazing live.
Wow,
they damn extra with all the fireworks. Everyone was singing Seth Rollins' song. They are all very over. They are really main event superstars at this point in time. So kudos to them.
Yeah, WWE has the most over main eventers right now, and by a long shot. There is not even a comparison at this point, right? Okay, so now let's get to the main event of the evening, and right off the bat, I'm gonna say this.
Yeah,
I think that the crowd added 2 points to. If there were a rating to this match, the crowd made up for it. I wouldn't say it's like a Rock Hogan moment. Because I think, as much as I know a lot of people dislike Nia Jax, I think she's better than Hogan at that point in time. But also, like, if you watch this match without factoring in the crowd, it was like it's okay match lah,
But even though it was considered okay match, I think this was Nia Jax's best match. Like, it was the match that I actually remember her. What's happening.
Low bar, bro, low bar. Okay,
it is a low bar.
The funny, Rhea Ripley comes out to an incredible pop. Like, she is a hero. She is a main event superstar from that presentation, right?
Yeah, I mean, the moment she came out, I think everyone was ready for her, cheering her on.
Yeah.
She stopped halfway at the ramp. She took that Aussie flag. Everyone. This was just a Rhea show, right? I get it why she's the main event because literally this was her backyard. And like also she had a very extra pyro as well.
Oh yeah. Well, also send the home happy. I mean, send the fans home happy, right? Because Drew, a heel, won the men's elimination chamber, so you needed something, a positive, a big pop at the end to wrap up the show, and this was the perfect placement, lah.
Yeah, and I think the crowd was behind her, cheered everything she was doing.
100%.
She appeared strong.
Also on top of that, Rhea is right now at the peak of her career also. It's not like she's a mid-carder. You know what I mean?
Yeah, she is a women's world champion at this point in time.
Yeah, at this point, she is a champion, a headliner, arguably more over than a lot of the male superstars as well.
Yeah.
So
WWE did a good job calling it the Women's World Championship. So it makes it, like how last time UFC had Ronda Rousey as the main eventer.
Yeah.
So they're making a world title for the women is like a big deal that you can headline a people, which is very smart, in my opinion.
Fia says this one Tete slap match. So I pointed this out during the live stream watch along, right? It was like, hey, they're like slapping each other in the chest a lot. What's kind of pia pia pia?
I mean, it might be the Tete match for you, but it was a pantat match for the rest of us, bro. I was telling Div, like, bro, respectfully, what? Holy cow, that was a... Yeah, I mean, the cameraman was doing some incredible work.
Oh my god. Okay, not all heroes wear capes. But it was a physical match, you know, and
it was.
as well it should be. So I was like, the WWE universe doesn't forget, right? Because there was the moment where Nia Jax did the sit down to squash Rhea, and then Rhea got out of the way, and then there was a "my hole" chant.
Yes, we started it, man. We started it.
Okay, there you go. My hole. That was hilarious. I laughed my ass off.
Yeah, so like, it's great that there was continuity there. And I don't think they even planned to make it a my hole. I think we did the my hole chant, and then I think did the announcers acknowledge it or laugh about it?
No, they didn't acknowledge it, but it was hilarious. I laughed my ass off. I was like, what the my hole?
Yeah, we brought it back just for this. And the ending sequence was also incredible because like we've seen Rhea struggle to actually carry Nia Jax. Like physically, but she could do the riptide on her, and it was so smooth this time around. I could tell that Rhea really has leveled up her strength.
So the whole idea, right? They tried to tell this story from the start, and the commentators were feeding into it like, "Oh, Rhea can't possibly riptide her. She can't." So they're trying to do the whole like she can't do it, and then they built towards the moment where they did it. So that was the whole thing of the match, right?
Yeah.
I'll tell you some of the more cringe moments during the match. Say what you want, lah. I know a lot, like Edison, one of our OGs, he can't stand Nia. Every time she sandbags or she does something that looks awkward, he's like, this is a Nia can't work, right? So Rhea started the match with a Hurricane Rana.
Oh, yeah.
What was the reaction? Was it confusion? Because she does the Hurricane Rana, but instead of flipping over, Nia just kind of like stumble a bit. It looked a bit clunky, didn't it?
Everyone on my side of the arena was like, please don't hurt Rhea. Please. Everyone was worried because everyone was like, well, she's really dangerous. Everyone just talking about themselves. Wow, the way she does that banzai drop was scary.
Yeah.
People were legitimately, worried about her in-ring work. So it's still a thing. People still don't think that she's a safe worker and
right.
Yeah, I think that plays into her matches as well.
I guess. Also, there was the table spot. And kudos to them.
Yes, the table spot.
I feel like I'm beating a dead horse with this, but how many table spots were there in the entire PLE?
What?
Yeah, no, and that's a good thing, right?
That's a good thing, yeah.
Do you notice the chamber matches? There were no kendo sticks, there were no baseball bats, there was no bullshit. It was just using the chamber as a weapon, as it should be, so that when there is a table match in the main event, in the match that matters, it made people go, holy shit. Even though a table spot is AEW. Every match got table spot. Not special anymore. In this case, they built up to it, right? Like I said, this wasn't a particularly well-wrestled match by a lot of standards. It was Nia Jax's best match. But that table spot was like a holy shit moment because it didn't happen the whole PLE. And I don't know if this was done on purpose or Nia Jax careless or whatever. Like, I guess, once again, this plays into her whole, like, she's reckless. Don't they usually clear the monitors first before throwing somebody through the table?
Yeah.
Because there was a moment where she slams Rhea onto the table and all the monitors are still there. So I'm like, oh my God, aren't the edges going to be like, dangerous?
Even more painful, right?
Right.
Yeah. It didn't break the first time. So everyone's like, you fucked up. And then I think, when she did the Samoan drop on the table, it didn't break the first time.
Yeah.
So I think she kind of like improvised and did the
drop.
It was an elbow drop, right?
It looked like a splash, but it's actually an elbow drop.
Yeah. You know what's funny? Because she stood from the chair, not from the...
you think she Uso? Uso will stand on the railing, right, to jump?
The railing, yeah.
She stood on the chair, yeah.
And she stood on the chair, then everyone was like, can she even jump that far?
Don't be so bad.
Like, her steady broad jump can make it or
So yeah, I don't know if it's really she forgot to clear the table or it's a direction where they're like, okay, you know what? It's going to hurt, but do it for the visual. Because it looked painful. Like her Samoan dropping her onto like the edges of the monitors. Those look expensive and look painful.
Yeah, indeed. Oh shit! Shout out to Nasri, man. He's here.
What's up?
silent guardian of the night, our silent viewer, the one that was on our. We mentioned you. We showed a footage of us interviewing you, Nazri, earlier.
Yeah.
So thanks, man. Thanks for being there in Perth, bringing the Singapore flag, representing all of us.
Nasri says Naya didn't care. Wow, her reputation really jialat now. Like,
Yup.
she got this like, oh, I'm very reckless.
But she's gotta be aware. She's gotta be leaning into it as well, some form in time, like a part of a character almost, right?
Yeah, which is why I'm inclined to believe that they probably worked it out. Said, okay, I won't clear the monitors. It's going to look painful. Rhea's like, sure, let's just do it. Freaking hell, just make it look painful. And guess what? There was no glass. There was no thumbtacks. There was no, I don't know, exploding bullshit. But it was a devastating move. See,
It was.
Because it was realistic. It wasn't outrageously over the top violent for the sake of over the top violence.
Like Hogan and Rock, right? If that match was played without an audience, it was like, normal match. But again, I think audience makes a ton of a difference, and I think WWE is making the right move, having PLEs all over the world, where markets haven't had wrestling or WWE in a while. Give them to these crowds who are vociferous, crazy for wrestling.
Oh, vociferous, that's the word of the day, ladies and gentlemen. Vociferous, just throwing out random chim words, bro. Thesaurus.com. This podcast brought to you by thesaurus.com. Vociferous crowd.
Bro. Let's go, man. It was vociferous.
We cannot say for sure. We need a thesaurus version. Indubitably.
Absolutely. Touche, my padre.
Touche? What?
I'm just throwing random French words now. Okay, come. Let's wrap it up.
Bro, we still have Revolution to talk about, bro.
That one can do 5 minutes one. Fast one. It's okay.
So great moment for Rhea. She celebrated with her family in the front row. The crowd was crazy. What a way to wrap up the show. Give me your final thoughts on, as the wind sank into the crowd. Everyone was cheering. It was like a party vibe, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was party. I mean, it was like Australia winning a rugby match against New Zealand, perhaps. Send the crowd home happy, right? You're absolutely right. That was the plan, and they did it. They did a great job. The fireworks played. Now we know, Rhea is going to WrestleMania to have, all the confidence in the world. I think now that she knows that she can main event a pay-per-view and do a great job, she'll be confident as hell, and she will go into WrestleMania with Becky as the big bad monster, right? It needs to be slayed. It's just great.
I am really looking forward to WrestleMania. I mean, except for the AJ and LA thing and the whole Randy US title scene, it's a big question mark. But WrestleMania is really shaping up to be something very exciting. I can't wait to do a watch along of some kind as well.
They have a few more television shows to kind of build up the card, so I hope they give more stories. That's what it is, right? It's all about the stories. And let's do it, man. Let's do a watch along or organize something. Let's do something for the fans, man.
Okay, final rating, bro. I know, our ratings are going to be different because we experience it in a very different way.
Okay, you tell me your rating first.
My rating, I would 8.5. Because I was streaming it, I was watching it with... Wrestling is best watched, viewed with people, right? And even though they are virtual on chat, it's still like the excitement of having people react at the same time. I think it elevated it for me. And I thought it was a really good show. We talked about subverting expectations and predictable results, but done in an entertaining way. Subverting your expectations way. I give it an 8.5.
You're going to be surprised, bro. I'm giving it an 8.
Even though you were there live? Oh, is it because you couldn't see anything? Literally half the show you're watching a big screen.
Yeah, so I feel my viewing experience was affected because of how far away I was from the ring. If I was sitting on the floor, probably 10 rows in, I'll probably have 10. Probably 10, right? But the 8.5 really, the 8 is really because of one, I was far away. I couldn't see the wrestlers as much as I wanted to. And, you pay for what you get, right? But honestly, my seat was still decent, really. It's really still decent. But the thing that we brought it up was probably the viewing, and also if The Rock came out. I mean, I'm sorry, I was disappointed by that. I'm disappointed.
I argue that he wasn't promoted for this match, this event, so it's just fan expectation.
Yeah, no, that's my own expectation, and that's why I grade it based on my curve, right?
Sure.
But if the Grayson Waller effect had been the final segment of the night, The Rock would have come and it would have been a 10 for me. It was like, oh yes,
But see, that's the problem, and you even said it just now. The fact that he didn't come makes him a bigger asshole, makes him a bigger heel. If he came, he might get a pop, and that's not what you want now because he's a heel.
Yeah, exactly. So I get it, but selfish part of me wanting
I
him
know.
there. lah. So.
No, I absolutely understand because you want to see him there, right? And no CM Punk as well, by the way. How
Yes,
upset
yes.
are you about
I
that?
didn't even wear my CM Punk shirt because I was so sad knowing that he's not there. He should have been there. Did you
Right.
see his IG story? He was sad.
What? He was there?
Posted, no, as in he posted IG story saying that he wished he was in Perth right now. His heart and his mind was in Perth because he's mentally affected by it lah. Like he's devastated lah. He couldn't be there.
Yeah, I mean, they could have had him at the commentary booth. I mean,
Yeah, but it's okay. It's okay. I think it's good to spread out their stars, leave people wanting more lah. So yeah.
well, here's the thing. You had a show that didn't have The Rock, didn't have CM Punk, and you didn't have any of the quote-unquote main men's titles defended, and yet it was still a banger. I mean, like right now, the bar for WWE is actually, to me, quite high.
Yeah,
They've been all the PLEs have been must-watch PLEs, and they've elevated so many people that haven't been considered main event stars, and now they have so many main event stars. It's kind of mad.
They're creating a new generation of like everyone being over, and that's a great job. That's kudos to them. Fast, you're right. I was wearing the Rock shirt. That's probably why. And even Div was there, giving an 8. So hey, I'm not saying that you're gonna miss out if you're not gonna go to a WWE show. I mean, you can still enjoy WWE from the comfort of your home as well, and it's still a great experience.
Bro, WrestleMania, one day, front. That's why I say, bro, if we are going to do WrestleMania, it has to be front row. Why would you fly all the way to the US, spend $1,000 on a plane ticket to sit in the ass seats? You know what I mean? No. If you're gonna do it, freaking go all the way.
Okay, let's start a Patreon Kickstarter fund. Anyhow, everything go back to Patreon. No, I appreciate you guys. Please support us because we wanna also, if you're gonna go there, we're definitely gonna shoot content as well, right? So
yeah. Talking about Patreon, Foreign has earlier mentioned the next person to sign up to our Patreon, any tier, will pick up an Undertaker One Dead Man Show program.
Yeah, our Patreon starts as low as $4.50 a month, and for that perk, other than this, we'll give you guys a social media follow back. You'll appear on our ticker right there, and also we haven't even mentioned it, this entire episode. You'll be part of our Singapore Top 20 Wrestler booking or ranking committee.
Yes,
ranking committee, right? So
absolutely.
Yeah. So I mean, there's great perks there. So please consider before the end of this podcast stream, somebody needs to be on our Patreon next. Okay, let's go.
There you go. Okay, so from great.
Okay, I tell you, 5 minutes. 5 minutes.
From like the most entertaining pro wrestling out there to. I feel like it's such a downer, talking about AEW after. Okay, fine.
Let's be journalists. Let's be objective. Let's look at the card for what.
Bro, I haven't even watched AEW. Maybe I should do a watch along for this. I should do a watch along for AEW Revolution.
Oh my god, can you do a AEW watch along? Okay, I don't know whether Revolution or Dynamite, but yeah, I think it'll be very interesting to see your reactions.
Bro, I don't want to pay $50 or however much it is on Fight TV, or is it called Thriller now or something like that?
Yeah,
bro,
I don't know.
like I've gotten to a point where I financially don't feel like it's worth it. Why would I want to pay $50 just to get annoyed?
Oh my god. Okay.
You know?
Okay,
but anyway.
I haven't been catching on Dynamite, so I want to see what's the cut.
Okay,
so
here, let me run the card down for you, right? Here we go, AEW Revolution preview right now. FTR versus the Blackpool Combat Club.
Okay.
Tag team match. I mean,
that should be fun.
So there's Dax and Cash versus John Moxley and Claudio. Chat, if you know the context of this match, let us know. Is this like a feud that's been building up?
Yeah. If I wanted to say like I've been following Collision, but to be honest, I haven't been following Collision. But you know what? FTR is always great tag team specialists.
Yeah.
We love Claudio. John Moxley has his moments, right? You know all about him.
Yeah.
But if they can perform to their potential, this can be a great opening match, right?
Oh yeah. See, that's the problem though. Like, this business is all about generating hype and promotion. It's a promotion business, right? And right now there is no hype for AEW Revolution at all. Like absolutely none. Which, when we've talked about, it's not that we don't like the workers. We think all of them put in a lot of work. It's just that they are booked so bad. And none of their matches matter in the long run, It's like an indie show.
FTR had the best tag team series with the Briscoes, and it was all in Ring of Honor, and nobody watched it. Like,
Yeah,
it was
so
so sad.
like,
Yeah.
yeah. I've seen a lot of clips of Wardlow. Apparently, he's been cooking on the mic recently. Wardlow versus Powerhouse Hobbs versus Lance Archer versus TBA. So it's
Is this a big meat slapping meat contest?
hang
or what's going
on,
on?
cause you know what the match is called?
What?
Meat Madness Match.
Okay. So they are leaning on the fact that it's all big sweaty men. Okay, it's fun to say it, offhand, but you want to make it an official meat band.
I
Oh dear God.
maybe they think it will be very memey. They're leaning into the meme-ness of it. So, yeah, Wardlow, Powerhouse. Oh, look, we've talked at length about how Wardlow is an incredible talent. Hobbs is an incredible talent. Lance Archer is like part-timer. He shows up here and there, so it means nothing that he's back.
It's an old man really. Yeah, this
Yeah,
point. Yeah.
I don't know who the fourth person is. Probably another big sweaty dude. So, if anything, it will be a really fun meat slapping match, lor.
Yeah. I hope please get Wardlow back to relevance because I actually was a fan of him.
Yeah.
And it's been 2 years since that match where he destroyed MJF to 2022. So he needs to get back on track. And I mean he's in the right spot with the heel faction with Undisputed Kingdom, but
Yeah,
please
but
give him-
he's in some random 4-way, and the whole gimmick is meat slapping. Like what
I
the
mean,
you
that's
know?
why I say I hope he gets back some relevance, right? So
All right,
we have to see. We have to watch again. Yeah.
let's talk about for the AEW TNT Championship. What happened to Christian Cage versus Adam Copeland? Did that happen already or not?
No, so they had that street fight, right? At World's End. Then after Adam Copeland lost, he had to kind of work his way back up the rankings.
So is he?
apparently,
Yeah.
apparently in Collision, Daniel Garcia and Edge has been having some sort of like, feud, like a student mentor thing. So it's almost as if Daniel Garcia is getting over on his own. And like Adam Copeland is kind of like cheering him on, like to take down Christian. So it's like
So they're
he's taking a
dragging.
step back lah.
So they are sort of dragging it out, lah. So they are
Yeah.
delaying the Christian versus Edge one-on-one title match.
Yeah,
Is
no
that what
idea
you're saying?
no idea whether Adam Copeland is gonna be in Daniel Garcia's corner. But I have seen Daniel Garcia getting a lot more wins and like becoming popular again, or like
Right.
becoming a big deal again. Winning over the audience. So I guess at least he's a young guy that has potential.
Jason says Copeland got injured, so Daniel Garcia is just stand-in, lah.
Copeland got injured storyline or legit?
Wow, let's Google this right now.
Yeah, that's the question, right? Or is it like a part of like he got beaten up or something?
So is sidelined due to injury. Let me see. Won't be able to participate in Revolution because he's hurt. Last week during a match with Garcia, he got attacked by the patriarchy. Okay, so maybe it might be a work injury.
Well,
Oh no, he was concertoed and thus injured. So it's a work injury
it's
then.
a work injury lah. Well, he definitely might appear in this match, and if were to, what if you? Okay, this could be actually be a good thing. What if he were to appear and cost Christian Cage the title?
Yeah.
Give it to Daniel Garcia, and then they can have their one-on-one feud without.
That's probably what it is. But the problem is now you got Christian Cage with Kill Switch, Mother Wayne, Nick Wayne, all his gang.
They're really calling her Mother Wayne.
Yeah, whatever lah.
Okay.
This is a feud that already has all the built-in history you want, and you go and overbook the shit out of it.
Yeah,
whatever.
it's a bit too much lah.
Will Ospreay versus Konosuke Takeshita.
Well, it's supposed to be a good match. I mean, technically both are great workers, but
It's supposed to be a good match the way you said it too.
no, but you see, think about it. This is Will Ospreay's first official AEW match post being signed full time, right?
Oh yeah.
So what's the story?
No, this is AEW. Who cares about a story?
And
You should know.
remember, wasn't Will Ospreay together with what's that guy's name? The manager. See, I forgot his name. I don't care so much. I forgot his name.
Don Callis?
Don Callis. Remember?
No, I thought Takeshita is with Don Callis.
No, exactly. Don Callis backed up Omega when he had, backed up
Ospreay.
Will Ospreay when he had his match with Chris Jericho.
Yeah.
Right? And then Don Callis is also backing up Takeshita as well.
Yeah.
So is this like a battle between his proteges? What's going on?
Who the hell knows? I don't know. We haven't been following the product, so they're probably look. There probably is a perfectly outlined story in the past few episodes of Dynamite. We just don't know because we are uncool. We are not the hip wrestling fans. We only suck on the teeth of the WWE. So it's our fault, bro. It's our fault.
Fast and Div has really highlighted that we are running longer than pay-per-view. So we are going to try to finish this out as fast as possible.
No worries. Callus is promoting it as a fight within the family. There you go. Okay, fight within the family.
Okay. Yeah.
I'm sure they will do like 10 million moves all at once, and it'll be great for, flippy shit fans. But yeah. Eddie Kingston versus Bryan Danielson. Okay, like I am actually
interested in this
match. If Danielson, there's a stipulation. First of all, it's for the Continental Crown Championship.
Mm-hmm.
Second of all, if Bryan Danielson loses, he has to shake Kingston's hand.
Oh, okay.
Handshake on the pole match. No. So it goes back to their whole history of how Daniel Bryan doesn't
respect him.
Yeah, wasn't that a whole thing? Yeah, so I guess they're going back to that.
Yeah, I mean, this is fine. I think this makes storylines. I actually followed this storyline, so I think it's fine. It should be a great match if nothing else, right?
Toni Storm versus Deonna Purrazzo.
Okay, so Deonna Purrazzo is the new challenger to the Women's Championship.
Yeah.
I haven't seen much of Deonna Purrazzo. I know she is supposedly a great wrestler in Impact.
Yeah.
Haven't seen enough of her to know, but Toni Storm's gimmick was great when it first started. It's just that it doesn't
Has it run its course? Is it like, okay, whatever, it's done now?
Yeah, it kind of like, I just got used to it. I'm like, oh, okay, whatever. But if nothing else, I do enjoy their production technique that they use when they split screen her and have her be all black and then like,
black
the
and
rest
white,
of them.
mean?
Yeah, black and white and then the rest of them in color. I think that's a pretty cool, production thing that they do. But other than that, like, whatever.
Jason says Deonna Botch versus Madison Rain. Oh boy. The B word. It's the B word. Because they're trying to do, these guys and gals are trying to do too much. Just stick to making your match look realistic and painful and sell. Just sell.
Yeah.
No need to do so many flips. Okay. Wait, hang on. What is the main event? Like, okay, this is not the order, obviously, that will be finalized, right?
The main event, bro, is our Papa Sting lah.
Oh, okay, I guess. Because, according to this list that I have, Samoa Joe versus Hangman Page versus Swerve Strickland. 3-way for the AEW World Championship. It's not listed at number 1. So that's why I was a bit surprised. Wait a minute. This is a World Championship match. But, never mind. World Championship match here. Nobody wants to see Hangman Page in here. Right? Everyone wants to see Samoa Joe versus Swerve, right?
Yeah. Have you been seeing what Hangman's been up to though? Like his handlebar mustache?
No, that's all I've seen. And that's clearly got to be a sort of poking Vince McMahon, right? Like, the Young Bucks are doing the mustache thing and then Hangman is now doing the mustache. So mustache equals heel lah.
He does look like a new version of who's that mustachioed guy in the 80s? He was a wrestler as well.
You know who I think that he's trying to channel is Jake the Snake. Remember Jake the Snake had the mustache as well?
Yeah. But I mean, honestly, it makes him look more badass lah than the last time. He looks
but he still has zero charisma.
Yeah. The problem is, right, the Young Bucks wanted to build him up to be like the big breakout star in the company, but MJF clearly surpassed everyone, right?
Well, here's the thing. Remember, we talked about it. He had that moment. He had that moment
when
in the sun.
First won.
Yes.
He first won the title, yeah.
Yeah, where it was, okay, there it is. And then they completely dropped the ball. It's something that we've said happened over and over and over again for AEW. But exactly. Joe, I mean, kudos that he is the champion right now. He's a deserved champion, but he's a champion of a company that sort of just like has no attention on them whatsoever.
Yeah, unfortunately, this is the lowest in terms of fan interest that AEW has for quite a while, and clearly the company really needs MJF. Like that cannot be more emphasized at this point in time.
Yeah, so is he still injured or what?
Yeah, the smart thing about MJF is he's completely left social media, like since his injury or since his match.
So Irvin says there's a weird story out there with Hangman where he faked an injury so he can take MC and skip Revolution. So okay, interesting, because I saw a clip online about him like clutching his ankle, said like,
wait, storyline wise or like legitimately trying to fake?
So that's the question, right? Like, is the whole ankle thing a work or a shoot? Because apparently there was a clip of him like after a match or something like that. Don't move. He was like, don't move me. Like he's trying to sell like his ankle broke or something like that, right? Yeah. So like, is that a work? Like, why would he, as a competitor, so as a character, why would he want to skip a triple threat for the title? You know what I mean?
Well, I don't care about him enough to worry whether he's alright or not. So
Like I know
whatever lah.
Yeah. So everyone wants Swerve. Like Swerve right now is super over, even though he's a dastardly heel and he's breaking and entering people's houses and putting shirts on babies. People love Swerve.
Yeah. So is the guy, right? So is the
Yeah.
next guy. So honestly, I don't mind if it's just a one-on-one match, man. Give Swerve that moment with Samoa Joe, even if he loses in defeat.
Yeah.
But he will still look good, right? So whatever. Whatever. I don't want Hangman anywhere near this, but their feud needs to be over. Like 3 matches already.
He said, "Don't shoot me" to the cameraman. Yeah, there it is.
Okay. Whatever lah.
you don't get okay. Orange Cassidy versus Roderick Strong for the AEW International Championship.
This is really another whatever.
Yeah, no.
Okay, this is gonna be a fine match. You know, Roderick Strong is great. You know, we've seen his work in NXT. Orange Cassidy, to be fair, has put in the work, has become sort of like this worker who's like a Iron Man in his matches, you know.
Yeah.
Grinding away. But
you are really trying very hard to put a positive spin on this, aren't you? Because I really do not give 2 hoots about this match whatsoever. I don't care about the participants. I don't care about the title at stake.
You know what? Next match, let's go.
Look, at the end of the day, right, this whole freaking pay-per-view is hinging on the main event. Sting and Darby Allin with Ric Flair versus the Young Bucks. This will be Sting's retirement match. Okay, so I hate that this is Sting's retirement match. I really do.
Yeah,
like,
it does.
So
It does.
sure, you can talk about how he requested to work with the Young Bucks, but at some point you have to be like, to what end? As Tony Khan, as the leader, you have to look at this and go, nobody fucking cares about this or wants this.
Are you telling me Sting didn't request FTR? Are you seriously telling me he never requested FTR? FTR is the most 80s-like wrestling tag team out there.
And you know they will put Sting over like mad. They can work their asses off. So yeah, Sting and Darby Allin versus FTR. There was one option, right? That would have been a great retirement match. And you would essentially be catering to the internet fans because the internet fans would appreciate that match, right?
Yeah, perfect. And you know what's unfortunate? The event sold out before any match was announced, based on the news that Sting was gonna have a retirement match. So you can imagine, like probably half the crowd is like, "Fuck man, I didn't pay for this."
Let's try to look at it from a business, a promotion standpoint. Do you think that they feel like, okay, the Young Bucks are exactly the people we want in this retirement match because there's so much heat on them right now?
Yeah.
Or is that in their own heads? Actually, we don't give a flying F about them.
Yeah.
Like, there is no heat. It's go away heat. It's X-Pac heat.
I don't care about Young Bucks reinvention. Like, you know, I really don't care. Like they try to be this, you know, evil corporate Bucks, but they can't act. They can't cut promos. We all know their matches are the way they are.
Yeah.
And I think everyone in AEW need to go through NXT, to be really honest. They really need to go through the system of being able to perform, look at the camera, and all. They need to develop their own system in their company so that wrestlers are ready for television. And I think, honestly, Young Bucks are not ready for television.
You said it. I didn't have to say a word. Today it's all foreign. It's not me for once.
Okay, then we can wrap it up.
You just did that just to wrap. But I feel bad because this is Sting's retirement match.
Exactly.
No, Irvin says this is like Corbin retiring Kurt Angle.
Wow, that's perfect analogy, bro.
That is a perfect
analogy.
Yeah, there you go. But I mean, even with Corbin, right? He's like a company man. He's put in the work. Like I feel like low key, he kind of deserved it. You know, this
Young Bucks hasn't done anything in the last 1 year to deserve this moment or deserve this spot. To be honest,
exactly. Who have they put over? You know, if anything, they've just been there. They haven't drawn much at all. You know, it's like, yeah, they're EVPs. Yeah.
I'm very curious to see Young Bucks headline a pay-per-view. See whether anyone buy or not.
No. See, here's the thing. Technically, they're headlining, and they're going to claim that they sold out the arena.
Fuck off lah.
You just watch. No, you see Dave Meltzer put in like a 5-star. Oh yeah, they sold out the arena because it was the Young Bucks. No, it's Sting's retirement match.
Yeah,
that's what it is.
Well, so do you think Sting is gonna win and keep the titles in AEW and retire as a champion, or you think Young Bucks gonna get ultimate heat and beat Sting?
I don't care. That's the problem. Like I really don't care, and I hate saying that for a legend like Sting. Like I almost feel like, okay, Sting, is he out of his contract after this?
Yeah.
Go back to the WWE. Just do 1 year. Do a proper retirement match. I know his retirement match in the WWE was a bit effed up. What was it? WrestleMania?
No, it was Night of Champions with Seth Rollins. He injured himself.
Yeah. I feel like maybe he can do one more match in the WWE. Screw it.
Nah, I don't think he will go back on his work. He will really retire after this. And you know what? Go out, into the sunset. We are happy with his contributions. AEW just needs to build stars at this point because WWE has proven that they can build young stars and make them a big deal. AEW can do the same. They just need to focus on the ones that really deserve it. Come on, my bro, Ricky Starks, Big Bill.
He's not on the card.
Exactly.
Wow. There you go.
What a preview. What a preview for Revolution, guys.
I know.
I hope you guys watch it and enjoy yourselves.
Yeah. Legit, how are you doing, by the way? Welcome. Yeah, all the inside jokes and the snide remarks about CM Punk, it's like, get over it. People already move on doing big things. You are just being petty little boys catering to your niche audience. Move on and work and maybe gain the respect of your peers in the business.
Yeah. Average, you joined actually at the wrong time. We're actually ending the podcast.
Yeah. Well, it's like one of the longest podcasts we've done. See how we talked about Dante Chen. We talked about the whole thing, the Elimination Chamber, the Undertaker Deadman show, AEW Revolution. So, that being said, I guess we're going to have fun next week on the Revolution review show.
Man, I hope there's some local wrestling we can preview as well.
Yeah.
So, keep a lookout for that. Going too much.
Actually, there is, right? Isn't Grapplemax doing something at Gilman Barracks?
I saw the news at Gilman Barracks. I saw that also SPW is having their show in March as well.
Mid-March, if I'm not mistaken, yes.
I believe it's 11 or 10 of March. So actually, we might have some previews of local wrestling to do. So, keep a lookout for it.
Okay.
And of course,
SPW Stronghold is Friday, March 15th.
Mm-hmm.
And then Grapplemax.
The Gilman Barracks one?
Yeah, the Gilman Barracks show. Really cool poster that Najwan did up, by the way. March the 9th. There you go. March the 9th.
I see. Okay, so next week, hopefully we might get some, Grapplemax wrestlers on the podcast to preview the show. And again, if you're not on our Patreon, we are doing this really cool thing where we're doing a ranking system for the Kick to the Gut top 20 Singapore wrestlers. We call it the SW20. And if you're part of our Patreon, you can actually have a chance to help rate the matches. So I hope all of you guys get tickets to Grapplemax event. They get tickets to SPW's event. Help us rate the wrestlers. We're not rating the matches, but the wrestlers' performances. So if you want to know more information, go on our Patreon or sign up and become a member so you guys can know more.
And don't forget, the next Patreon, the next person to jump in on our Patreon, any tier to subscribe, will pick up for themselves. Foreign will hand deliver. Okay, no, he'll send it in the mail. He will send you a Undertaker One Dead Man Show program book. Look at that. Oh, if you are a fan, you need to get a hand. How much did you pay for this? It's like $30, right?
Yeah, $30, bro. $30, bro.
No, but he wants to spread the love. He will even sign it if you ask him to sign it.
No, why you want my signature, bro? Get Undertaker's signature, bro. Please sign. People on Patreon, join our local wrestling committee. And before we end the show, we have people who have seen or read our review of the Grapplemax event. Whether it's on Patreon, whether it's on the episode, and apparently somebody not happy we didn't mention their tag team.
Okay, talk to me about it. I saw the video response on Instagram. Talk to me about Ships Ahoy.
Yeah, so we mentioned, there's a couple of certified tag teams in Grapplemax, right? I'm very excited that Dave and Bun could potentially become people on the tag team championship tourney. We mentioned Aussie. We mentioned, Inglorious. We mentioned Showtime. But we didn't mention one tag team.
Yes.
And I need to preface this by saying we didn't do it on purpose. We didn't do it on purpose. We just completely forgot about you guys.
Are you apologizing or are you calling them out? It sounds like a little bit of both.
No, I'm just being honest. I just say we completely forgot about you guys.
Okay.
Right? So, I'm sorry we didn't mention you guys because we didn't think of you guys. But then, our dear friend Sarah, who I hope is still on the chat right now, so I'm addressing it to you directly, girl, came and did a video response and almost challenged me to an apology or demanded an apology from me. Do you see that, Mr. Young?
Yeah, I did see that. So the question is, what do you have to say to that?
First of all, right, if you want to demand an apology from someone, right, you don't invite them as a collaborator on your Instagram post. But I accepted because I accepted thinking like, oh, okay, she wanted to mention the podcast and maybe she got a response to it. I didn't. I accepted it without seeing actually exactly what she said. So she said like she called me out by name and then she said that you demand an apology because you forgot about Ships Ahoy. What I want to say is didn't we help you guys come up with that name? Didn't I interview you guys
Foreign
and
did?
say
Yeah.
I have the receipts, I have the video. Go check us out on our TikTok.
So
right?
what you are saying is you have claim over their entire existence. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, Ships Ahoy is nothing without Foreign.
Wow.
Mister, you better get ready because I need some backup coming soon.
Bro, I will be special guest referee for this match.
Oh, is it? Okay.
I'm too old to get into the ring, but I will gladly be special guest referee. I'll even take a spear for you, bro.
Okay. First of all,
take a spear for you, like Bruno Mars. I take a spear for you, bro.
First of all, I don't claim to be a wrestler. I never was. I just did one match. It was just to, tick off a bucket list. And no one is gonna convince me or like somehow peer pressure me back into the ring, right? Yeah. Even if someone is calling me out by name, right? And of course, Sarah, great wrestler, great potential. She's a girl, so I'm not gonna beat up a girl, right?
Wait. So you automatically assume that you would be doing the beating up, lah? Is what you just said.
Can you don't try to screw this up, Mr.
No, did you see the pot? You see the pot?
The pot. Steer the pot.
Okay. I have the perfect solution. I do believe that Sarah is a gamer as well. And WWE 2K24 is coming out very soon.
Oh yeah, that's a good way. That could be a preview. Thanks for getting me out of that spot. But
No worries.
I have an even better idea.
What's that?
Okay, is Sarah, you wanna take this thing even further?
Wapiang.
If you're not happy with my apology, because this is an apology, I apologize because I really forgot about you guys. This I didn't mention you guys. If you want to take it a step further and you want to challenge me, I won't step into the ring. But you know what? I'm happy to offer my managerial trash talk services for any other female wrestler in Grapplemax that want to beat up Sarah on my behalf. I'm just saying.
Where are you?
So I'm just saying,
There's only one. I didn't even think about it.
I mean, there might be more crawling somewhere or hidden.
Somewhere. Oh yeah, maybe a newbie. Yeah, someone...
training. Training, trying to get her foot in the door and need some exposure. I'm happy to shine a light on a wrestler who doesn't need me to apologize to her for not remembering their name.
Foreign can be the hype man. He can come. Foreign is your Prince Nana.
Yeah, I can. So where I drive, you know what I mean? I can do that. I can do that for any female wrestler in Grapplemax that wants my managerial services to help me settle this Sarah problem.
Okay, so you heard it here first on the podcast. Foreign will be your Prince Nana. So, who will be the princess? Let us know.
I see. Wait, let me sign permission slip from my girlfriend. Sayang, can or not? Okay. She say okay, but I must give her money for shopping. Okay, never mind. Okay. So yeah, that is my response, and I really hope that Ships Ahoy perform in this Gimel Barrack show, and then we can rate them accordingly.
Bro,
if they do well, they're gonna be part of the ranking, right?
Yeah, exactly. But yes, let's. I want to see you do the Prince Nana dance. I want to be a special guest commentator.
I will wear his tanjak, bro. I wear my Malay tanjak. Just like Prince Nana, bro.
Let's go. Okay, it's 3 o'clock already. Holy crap. Okay. Everybody, thank you so much for hanging out with us on the Monday edition of the podcast. We will be back next week on a regular day, Tuesday. Don't forget, the next Patreon member to sign up any tier will pick up for themselves an Undertaker One Dead Man Show program.
This offer will run for 1 week only. If not, I'm just going to bring it for myself.
Okay, there you go. Put it in a case, a glass case or something like that. Frame it up.
We'll put it on our Instagram, follow up. Just who's the next person that follow. I will mail this to you, okay?
There you
Let's go.
Guys, thank you so much, man. It's been a great podcast. Great catching up with everybody in chat. It's good to see you. Mr. Young, clearly enjoying the drama. I love that drama, mama. That drama, mama. I'm all about it, bro. I will stir the pot as much as possible. But that being said, we got to stir our ass out of here. We got stuff to do. You know, we have real lives. Well, kind of, maybe, I don't know.
Yeah.
So Discord, if you haven't joined our Discord, carry on the conversation on our Discord. Let's have fun. Wrestling is a fun thing. Let's have fun with it.
Yeah, Muhammad Daniel, please DM me your address so I can mail this shirt to you. Yeah, you deserve it. You deserve it.
There you
Thank
go.
you so much for joining us.
Please indicate if you want foreign to sweat in the shirt first. If you want a little bit of that foreign juice.
If you really want my shirt I'm wearing now, I can hand wash for you. I hand wash. Not go to washing machine. I hand wash for you. I'll clean it up. I'll pass it to you also if you want. Up to you also.
These are very oddly specific requests, but hey, we aim to please. Okay, as always, it's Mr. Young.
And it's 4 in the building. Thanks for the 3 hours, guys. Take care.